This young man is named Xia Yun, a kitchen boy in the Ju Yu Mo Dian. His daily job was to work and earn money to buy his freedom. Then one day, the demonic cult master took Xia Yun's virginity. He thought that was the end of it. But the cult master found something good in Xia Yun, something that could make her Mingpo react. And so, every day, Xia Yun had an extra tail beside him. How would his life turn out with days like these? In a forest beneath Ju Yu Mo Dian, a young man was picking mushrooms. This was his daily job to earn wages. His annual wage was 5 silver profound stones. Saving up for 20 years would be enough to buy his freedom. By then, he'd be free as a bird and wild as a fish. What demonic cult, Xia Yun, would kick them all out? Just as he finished picking a mushroom, a screen appeared before Xia Yun. Along with the system's congratulatory sounds, his current total spiritual energy points were 9999. Just a bit more effort, and he'd break through 100 million points, upgrade the system, and reach the peak. Seeing these notifications, Xia Yun grumbled a bit unhappily. This crappy system must be from Pinduoduo, huh? If it's so great, then let me invite new players to collect that scumbag Lu Liang with me. Just then, the nearby bushes suddenly rustled, scaring the living daylights out of Xia Yun. Damn it, which fellow disciple can't sleep in the morning and is sneaking out here to do naughty things? He quickly stepped aside and loudly announced, "Fellow disciple, I'm little Yun Kor from the kitchen, the one who cooks for everyone, so go easy." Just then, a woman's voice suddenly rang out. "You, come here or I'll kill you." Xia Yun frowned slightly, deep in thought. Once my system finishes updating and I become the male lead, I'll definitely teach these demonic cultists what a rule of law society is all about. Always fighting, killing, and plotting against others at the drop of a hat. It really pisses me off. But while Xia Yun was still dazed, his ankle was suddenly grabbed by someone in the bushes. He screamed in panic but couldn't do anything, getting dragged into the bushes just like that. The person inside was a woman, and her eyes held a hint of viciousness. This person had no shame or propriety. No sooner had she dragged him in than she pounced on top of Xia Yun. The woman observed him for a long time, then snorted coldly. "You look pretty handsome, I guess." Xia Yun was so scared his face went utterly pale. He stammered tremblingly, "Which senior sister are you? You're not from Huangshi Lu, are you? I'm still a newbie. Dual cultivation can be deadly, and the demon palace doesn't allow killing fellow disciples." However, the woman completely ignored his words. Seeing the person in front of him erupt with aura, Xia Yun grew more and more frantic, crying his eyes out, which made the woman feel a bit annoyed, so she cursed angrily. "Shut up." Xia Yun was smart enough to know when to quit, so he promptly shut his mouth. Seeing him like that, the woman said contentedly, "Wake up your little brother for me." Hearing this, Xia Yun panicked, trembling as he mumbled, "Fellow disciple, I'm just a normal person, I can't help it. This big sister is like a spider demon, always trying to play innocent whenever something happens." But this woman just wanted to have some fun, snorting coldly, "HMPH, then I'll lend you a hand." As soon as she finished speaking, a worm appeared in her hand. She raised an eyebrow and ordered, "Swallow this. I'll grant you an unforgettable night of Wushan clouds and rain." Seeing the worm in the woman's hand, Xia Yun immediately waved his hands in refusal. "How about this? Please wait a moment, I'll think about it myself. He'll definitely be fine, no need to trouble you anymore." But the woman cursed angrily. "Do you think I have nothing but time on my hands?" Saying that, she directly shoved that GU worm into Xia Yun's mouth. Immediately, little Xia Yun reacted quickly. That woman licked her lips in satisfaction. "See? Effective, right? Consider yourself lucky." Xia Yun panicked even more. Was he really going to lose his virginity here? But the truth was just that. He was like a fish on a chopping block, at the mercy of that woman's torment. She was absolutely insane, no different from a wild beast, forcing itself on a small animal. The two of them tangled in the bushes, spending a whole long day. That woman's body finally stabilized. She woke up from her daze, her true form revealed. Isn't this the sect leader of the 9 Nether Demon Palace, Yu Huyan? But Xia Yun, on the other hand, had been drained dry by her. Yu Huyan contentedly puffed out her chest. She laughed comfortably, saying, not bad at all. As a mortal, you managed to last a whole day without being killed by me." Yu Huyan even mused that Xia Yun was a good medicinal primer. A pity he was unlucky and met her while she was poisoned. He had to become her medicine. Saying that, she lowered her head and looked at the palm of her hand. The blue veins had lessened. Yu Huyan harumphed, coldly mumbling, "Although the poison hasn't been completely neutralized, it's been suppressed for now. I'll think of a way later. Today, my virginity is gone. I absolutely can't let anyone know about this." Immediately after, Yu Huyan walked to Xia Yun's side, raised an eyebrow, and said with a smile, "You're a disciple of the 9 Nether Demon Palace. Offering your life for this one is an supreme honor. This one will now grant you glory." Just as she finished speaking, The mark on her shoulder suddenly lit up. Yu Huyan stared blankly at it for a long moment. Her Changming crest actually reacted. She glanced at the withered radish that was Xia Yun lying on the ground, then tentatively reached out to his chest to check. Sure enough, it really reacted. Yu Huyan's eyes lit up in an instant. She happily shouted, "Little darling, help me keep an eye on this little brat. He's not just medicine dregs, but an extremely superb medicine." A moment later, inside the main hall of the Demon Palace, a staggering figure suddenly appeared. It was Yu Huyan who had returned. Her body was still quite weak, having to rely on nearby objects to stand. Thinking about this, Yu Huyan immediately cursed with dissatisfaction. Those righteous sects actually use such sinister and vicious methods. Just as she finished speaking, she seemed to sense something unexpected. The demonic power in her hand suddenly reacted. Yu Huyan didn't dare to delay, hurriedly proceeded to the nearby lake. Looking at her reflection in the water, she cursed angrily. Damn it. But quickly, Xia Yun sighed helplessly. Whatever. I'll just wipe out their sect someday and make them cough up the antidote. Just bored with nothing to do, gotta put yourself on my blacklist, huh? With that, she reached out and took off her clothes, preparing to soak and heal her injuries. Just then, the candlelight in the inner chamber suddenly went out, followed by an angry shout from a woman. "This is the sect leader's forbidden area. Trespassers die." Hearing the sound, Xia Yun immediately looked up, but the woman's claws were already attacking. She quickly reached out to block. Xia Yun used the force to spin in a circle, then directly twisted the woman's arm behind her back. In just one move, she had her pinned. Only then did Xia Yun speak in a cold voice. "Fang Ren, you don't even recognize me." It was only then that the woman named Fang Ren saw Xia Yun's face. She exclaimed in surprise, "You're the sect leader." Xia Yun didn't answer, just stood there calmly, releasing her without a word. Fang Ren was finally freed, panting twice, waiting until she regained her composure before daring to look up at Xia Yun. At the same time, Xia Yun was already sitting comfortably, and said in a deep voice, "Little one, what did I tell you before I went into seclusion? Manage the Devil's Hall well, don't cause me any more trouble. I hate troublesome things the most." Hearing this, Fang Ren felt a little wronged, lowered her head, and after a long while whispered, "Sect leader, Renyer is ignorant and doesn't understand your meaning." Xia Yun placed her foot on her chin, forcing her to face her. She snorted coldly and scolded, "You are really stupid, idiotic, hopeless." I accepted all. Fang Ren was afraid that she would get angry, so she just accepted it. Xia Yun squinted her eyes at her, and after a long while, opened her mouth in a deep voice. "Hey, could it be that you leaked the location of my seclusion? I seem to have only told you." Fang Ren pursed her lips and said, "How could this one tell others your whereabouts? Tell me who harmed you to become so adorable. I will immediately kill their entire clan and avenge you." Looking at the technique, it's Tai Shu Zhao. Xia Yun thought for a moment before answering. Fang Ren's eyes flashed with killing intent upon hearing that. Tai Shu Zhao, HMPH. I've remembered it. Xia Yun didn't pay attention to this anymore, and continued. "The matter of killing and arson is put on hold for now. I have other things to worry about. If you still can't do it this time, I'll strip you naked and hang you in front of the Devil's Hall for 300 years. The fact that she left seclusion must not be told to anyone. In addition, she also told Fang Ren to find an opportunity to give the Changming Pa to Xia Yun in the kitchen. Hearing this, Fang Ren exclaimed in surprise. "The Changming Pa is the most precious thing of your sect leader, and there are rumors spreading outside that whoever gets the Changming Pa will get the world." This, Xia Yun glared at her, and warned in a cold voice, "Do what I tell you to do. Don't talk too much." Fang Ren didn't dare to say more, and quickly accepted the order. "I understand," Xia Yun continued to order. "Prepare a set of ordinary clothes for me. I want to be secretly by Xia Yun's side." Hearing this, Fang Ren asked tearfully, "Sect leader, are you leaving again?" Seeing this, Xia Yun was instantly displeased, gritting her teeth and scolding, "Just be normal, will you? Stop acting like a pervert all the time. She's just in the kitchen, where else would she go?" "Alright, get back to work," she ordered, with a wave. At the same time, outside the forest beneath the 9 underworld demon palace, after a bout of passionate lovemaking, Xia Yun groggily woke up. He woke up to find himself only wearing a pair of shorts, and he was a little confused, but he quickly remembered the earth-shattering event of yesterday. Xia Yun gasped, covering his mouth with his hand. A look of panic flashed in his eyes. Then, he cried out tragically, "My purity is gone. My virginity is lost forever." His mournful cry echoed through the forest. Just then, the system's voice suddenly rang out. "Congratulations, young Master Yun. You've gained another point." Xia Yun was a bit dazed and asked, What point?" The system immediately replied, "Total points reached 100 million. Objective achieved. System upgrade in progress." Xia Yun was so happy he almost went crazy. On the other side, In the backyard of the 9 Underworld Demon Palace, a strange object suddenly appeared from the ground. It spotted the chickens wandering around in the yard. A flock of plump chickens had been targeted. Soon, it was caught by a man. Immediately afterwards, a puff of smoke rose, indicating that the chicken had been slaughtered. In the evening, in the kitchen of the 9 Underworld Demon Palace, a man was still fanning the flames outside. In front of him was a plump chicken, its skin golden brown from being roasted. Just then, someone came from outside, and he immediately looked over, pursing his lips. "Where have you been? You're never around." The person was Xia Yun, and the clothes on his body were tattered, like a beggar. Seeing this, the man frowned and asked suspiciously, "Where are your clothes?" Xia Yun, with dark circles under his eyes like a panda, said sadly, "Master, I was taken advantage of." Hearing this, the man didn't seem to care much, pursing his lips. "Is that all?" Xia Yun, as if he hadn't recovered from the shock, recounted with a tone full of sorrow. "I went to the back mountain to pick vegetables, and encountered a Wanchong Ji senior sister. I don't know if she was having a QA deviation or something, but she treated me like a great tonic, and kept demanding it for a whole day." Hearing this, the man's face immediately changed, then turned green, then white, then red. Finally, he was speechless. After a while, he exclaimed, "You're really something else." Xia Yun ignored the compliment, glancing at the flames in front of him, and muttered suspiciously, "Isn't the blazing spirit chicken supposed to be offered to the leaders of the various sects? You secretly roasted it. Aren't you afraid of getting beaten to a pulp?" Xia Yun's master raised his eyebrows and smiled. "You don't tell, I don't tell. They won't even notice one is missing. As long as you keep your mouth shut, half of it, for you, will help replenish your depleted yang energy." Hearing that he could eat, Xia Yun immediately nodded and replied, "I promise I won't tell." Xia Yun's master looked at his expression and felt a little uneasy. He hesitated for a long time before saying, "That's right, tomorrow, go to the town at the foot of the mountain and buy some seasonings. We're out of stock in the kitchen." Xia Yun agreed without hesitation. Then his master shared half of the spirit chicken with him. He also told him to take it back to his room to eat, and get some rest afterward. "Thanks, master, I'll head back now." Xia Yun took the item, nodded, and said. Then he turned and went back to his room. Xia Yun's master watched his back, suddenly feeling like his boy had grown up, and he couldn't hold on to him anymore. Remembering a few hours earlier, Fang Ren had come to him to talk. "I need a friend to go undercover next to Xia Yun. Tomorrow, find a random excuse and send Xia Yun down the mountain." After hearing this, Xia Yun's master understood and nodded. "Okay, has the sect leader emerged from seclusion?" These words made Fang Ren dissatisfied, and he scolded. "What nonsense are you talking about?" He pretended to understand, and laughed loudly. I get it, heaven knows, earth knows, I know, the sect leader knows. Don't worry." Thinking about this, Xia Yun's master couldn't help but sigh. The sect leader is truly an old fox, and so ruthless. The next morning, as soon as the sun rose, Xia Yun got out of bed. As expected, he took his basket and went down the mountain, feeling cheerful and energetic. "Even if I get drained dry, it's worth it. That senior sister from Wanchong Valley is practically my benefactor." The thing is, last night, after Xia Yun went back to his room, looking at the chicken in his hand, he remembered that incident again. He couldn't help but grit his teeth and mutter, "A grown man getting sucked dry by a woman. If this gets out, how will I ever face anyone in the righteous sect again?" Then, Xia Yun treated half the chicken like that woman, frantically tearing it apart to vent his anger. If he ever sees that woman again, he'll make sure she can't walk straight. But very quickly, Xia Yun realized a problem. He hadn't even seen her face clearly. How was he supposed to find her? Moreover, it's said that those little demons in Wanchong Valley are all level 15 or higher, and he's just a level 0 normie. If he wants revenge, looks like he can only dream about it. Saying that, Xia Yun looked at the chicken meat in his hand again, and muttered suspiciously, "Can this chicken really replenish my drained yang energy?" Just then, he seemed to see something. A thin amount of spiritual energy appeared around him, and the mechanical voice of the system rang out. "System upgrade complete. As a reward for young Master Yun's decades of persistent spiritual energy collection, please accept this small gift." As soon as the system finished speaking, a small capsule appeared in front of Xia Yun. According to its instructions, he hesitantly reached out and pressed confirm. Instantly, the capsule suddenly exploded with a boom. The reward he received was 2 lives. Xia Yun exclaimed in surprise, "Wait, even if I die, I can be resurrected once more." The system immediately replied, "That's right, young Master Yun. Also, please look at the big screen." Xia Yun listened, and looked up, and saw a bunch of words flying by, and also some embarrassing scenes. Xia Yun was so angry that he waved his hands and feet. Was there something weird on the screen just? The system smiled awkwardly, which made him even more dissatisfied, and he scolded, "Smile my ass." The system skipped over this and continued, "That's all. I just had a noob moment. Pretty epic, right?" Xia Yun angrily cursed at it a few more times, and it quickly changed the subject, explaining further. If you want to level up, you can now spend the spiritual energy points you've collected to directly reach level 60. Hearing this, Xia Yun immediately fell into contemplation, going from level 0 to level 60 in one go. Isn't that too flashy? Wouldn't I be just asking to be dragged out as a guinea pig? Right now, he was thinking how great it would be if there were magical artifacts or cultivation techniques that could hide his cultivation level. While Xia Yun was thinking, he suddenly heard a shout from behind. When he looked back, he saw a little girl running from behind, frantically calling for help, with a group of fierce-looking people chasing behind her. Xia Yun stared blankly at the girl running towards him. But before he could reach Xia Yun, the girl was already captured. Those thugs had already covered her mouth. She struggled, letting out fragmented cries for help. "Help, save me, save me." Xia Yun narrowed his eyes at them and said seriously, "God damn, they dare to snatch a civilian girl in broad daylight. Is there any law and order left?" Only after saying that did he remember that this was the demonic sect, and his legs immediately went weak. Xia Yun quickly fell into contemplation. Should he save her or not? One part of his inner angel told him to hurry and save her. The devil side slapped him awake. You want to throw your life away when you're so weak? The more Xia Yun thought about it, the more confused he became, until he finally figured something out. It's come to this. There's only one way. Immediately after, he immediately exchanged points with the system. In the blink of an eye, his level changed, and his points were deducted accordingly. Xia Yun quickly jumped down below. With greater power comes greater responsibility. Consider it a resume booster for joining a righteous sect later. It's just that his debut was a bit of a joke, as he slipped while jumping down and immediately slid down the stairs, almost falling flat on his face. Luckily, he didn't fall, otherwise he'd have to pack his things and live a savage life in the mountains forever. This scene froze the thugs solid. Even the girl was speechless. Xia Yun ignored the embarrassing moment and roared aggressively, "Release that girl!" Even he didn't expect the late-stage Foundation establishment to be so powerful. In web novels, it feels like everyone is at the Foundation establishment stage. At this moment, the thugs regained their composure, tightened their grip on the girl's neck, and asked in a deep voice, "Are you a cultivator?" Xia Yun snorted lightly and said coldly, "This place is near the 9 underworld demonic palace. What do you think I am?" Hearing these words, the thugs immediately turned cowardly and flattered him. "Oh, so you are a master of the 9 underworld demonic palace. This little girl should naturally be offered to you for your enjoyment." With that said, they directly pushed the girl towards Xia Yun and ran away without saying a word. Xia Yun suddenly hugged the girl in his arms, dazed and confused. At this moment, the girl looked up at him and said happily, "Thank you, young master, for saving my life." Xia Yun suddenly wanted to cry. He didn't even do anything. So what did he spend 5 million spirit energy on upgrading for? He didn't even need to upgrade, he just needed to say he was a disciple of the 9 underworld demonic palace, right? Thinking of this, Xia Yun was a little angry, but he didn't show it, and looked at the girl and said, "It seems safe now. You should go back now." But the girl threw herself into his arms and cried, "My parents owe gambling debts, and both of them have abandoned this world. I am being hunted down by creditors, and I have nowhere to go." She cried until her face was covered in tears, looked pitifully at Xia Yun, and whispered pleadingly, "Young master saved my life. If you don't mind, I am willing to repay you with my body." Xia Yun muttered the words, "repay you with my body," to himself. Is everyone here like this? They want to repay you with their bodies at the slightest chance? Isn't that a little too casual? But that young lady was very straightforward, directly suggesting they could consummate their relationship right then and there. "It's all up to you, young master." These words startled Xia Yun, who quickly waved his hands in refusal. "No need. I don't have that function anymore." The young lady was stunned upon hearing this. "What do you mean?" Xia Yun then realized he'd misspoke. "The thing is, last night, after eating the fiery flame spirit chicken roasted by his master, he suddenly felt invigorated in the middle of the night." Xia Yun was really looking forward to using his little bro, but no matter what he did, it wouldn't get up. As soon as Xia Yun tried anything, his stomach would immediately cramp up. He was certain that Vixen had planted a GU worm on him. Xia Yun was so angry he wanted to spit blood, so he could only console himself that he was now super suitable for cultivation. Putting aside this tragic matter, Xia Yun spoke up. "I'm not doing much, but seeing you so pitiful, fine. First follow me down the mountain to the town. We'll figure things out when we get there." "Whatever you say, young master." The young lady was very obedient, nodding happily. After a while, Xia Yun and the girl finally arrived at the town at the foot of the mountain. The place was currently lit up with lanterns, illuminating the whole street corner. Xia Yun and the girl enjoyed the view for a bit. Then Xia Yun suggested, "Let's find a place to rest first. We can go shopping tomorrow." The young lady didn't say much, directly agreeing. It's just that when she found out where Xia Yun had found to stay, her face froze. She blankly asked, "What are you doing, young master?" Xia Yun found an abandoned house in the town, directly spreading a mat on the ground. He casually smiled and said, The mat is for you to lie on. I'll lean against the wall for the night. He even guaranteed that it was very safe here. So the young lady had no choice but to sleep on the mat for the night. Because of Xia Yun's poor mouthing, she had no other option. But there were mosquitoes here, buzzing all around. The young lady couldn't sleep at all, and even got bitten a few times. Waiting until Xia Yun was fast asleep, she angrily threw the mat away, gritting her teeth as she cursed. So stingy. The two of them slept until morning like that. And then the bustling sounds of merchants trading filled the town. After waking up, Xia Yun took a stroll around the town to shop, and very quickly his basket was filled. At this moment, Xia Yun looked at the young lady and said, "I've bought everything. Next let me help you find a trustworthy family to take you in." Hearing these words, the young lady immediately panicked. Reaching out to grab his sleeve, she pitifully cried, "Young master, are you trying to get rid of me?" Xia Yun shook his head slightly in rebuttal. "Isn't that what I'm trying to do?" But seeing the young lady crying so pitifully, the words caught in his throat. He looked around a bit, then reached out and pulled the young lady into a deserted alleyway. Xia Yun said in a low voice, "You heard it yesterday. I'm from the Juyu Ma Dian, 9 Underworld's Devil Palace. That place isn't suitable for an innocent girl like you. I'm just thinking of you." The young lady, hearing this, spoke with sparkling eyes. "But young master is a good person." Xia Yun nodded slightly in response. "I'm not like them." His goal is to redeem himself from the kitchen and then participate in the 9 Heavens Immortal Sect's entrance examination at the end of the year. "That's wonderful, young master. I don't want to go anywhere except by your side. This little girl is praising me on the surface but actually cursing me inwardly." So this girl is Xia Yan in disguise. But how would Xia Yun know? She starts bad-mouthing her right in front of her face. "People of the demonic sect kill without batting an eye. Everyone is crazy. Living there is like walking on thin ice." Xia Yan really wants to punch her, but she has to hold back, whispering, "I heard that killing fellow disciples is forbidden in the demonic sect. At least my life won't be in danger. I'm drowning in debt. It's safer to hide in the demonic sect." Saying this, she grabs Xia Yun's hand, pitifully begging, "Save me, okay? Don't abandon me." This pitiful look in her eyes really makes Xia Yun unable to restrain himself. This appearance is too heartbreaking. A sense of guilt flooding his mind. So after some deliberation, Xia Yun nods in agreement. "All right, but you have to get approval from the kitchen supervisor. If he doesn't agree, then I'll have to send you off the mountain." Xia Yan doesn't care at all, casually nodding. Sure enough, after bringing her over, Xia Yun's master agrees, without hesitation. "Okay, it just so happens we're short on workers." Xia Yun stares blankly at his master. "That's it. That's all." He's a bit speechless, wanting to say something but stopping himself. He turns to look at Xia Yan in her little girl disguise next to him, politely saying, "Then welcome to the 9 Nether Demonic Palace's kitchen." At the same time, in the distance, Feng Ren is secretly observing. The sect leader's infiltration is progressing very smoothly. She should also begin the next step of the plan. By evening, the 9 Nether Demonic Palace's kitchen has fallen into darkness. Xia Yan is still awake, sensing everyone's actions in the kitchen. Feeling safe, Xia Yan immediately makes a decision. She returns to her original form, dashing like the wind in the dark night. A moment later, at the back mountain of the demonic palace, the madam is already waiting there. Seeing Xia Yan, she immediately reports, "Sect leader, I have spread the news that the everlasting jade is in Xia Yun's hands. I believe it won't be long before the hidden spies in the sect start to stir." At the same time, in the kitchen, the door of a room suddenly opens. It's Xia Yun. He suddenly woke up and came outside. He yawns and then stretches his limbs. Xia Yun glances around the kitchen before muttering to himself, "I have to go replenish some spirit energy pearls. Spending 50 million in one go makes me feel uneasy." On the other side, Xia Yan, after hearing the report, orders, "In the next 2 days, find an opportunity to give the everlasting jade to Xia Yun. Don't let him become suspicious." Feng Ren immediately nods, acknowledging the order clearly. But recalling this morning's events, Xia Yan suddenly suspects, muttering, "I wonder if Hao Yunguba has transferred his cultivation to Xia Yun. When he saved me from the hands of the bandits, he had clearly reached the late stage of foundation establishment. But that day, when I slept with him, he clearly didn't have a trace of spiritual power at all. Just your average Joe." Xia Yan suspects that Hao Yunguba also taught Xia Yun a cultivation technique to hide his power. While the two were talking, a figure appeared near the back mountain. It was Xia Yun, who suddenly woke up in the middle of the night, wanting to replenish his spiritual energy. He was picking wild fruit nearby. Immediately, Xia Yan sensed it and frowned, muttering, "Footsteps." Feng Ren also noticed and hurriedly said, "Sect leader, this subordinate will take his leave first," and then disappeared from the rooftop. Xia Yan also followed the source of the movement and ran off. Only at this moment, a strange phenomenon suddenly appeared in her body. It was the drunken spring breeze poison in her body acting up. Her spiritual energy disappeared just like that, and her body fell powerlessly from above. Coincidentally, the place where Xia Yan fell was where Xia Yun was picking wild fruit. Xia Yun glanced over and saw this familiar woman. He panicked in his heart. Why did I run into the Wancheng Valley's female devil again? Without thinking, he immediately turned around and ran for his life. Xia Yun had to run as fast as he could. If he got caught, his virginity would be ruined a second time for sure. But unfortunately, how could Xia Yan give him that chance? She quickly used her demonic power to pull him back. In an instant, Xia Yun was lying snugly in her hands. She raised an eyebrow and said with a smile, "Little friend, we meet again." That's all for today's chapter. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel to motivate me to make new videos. Also, you can support me by farming views or donating using the information below in the description. Now goodbye and see you all next time, and remember to subscribe to the channel, okay? In the quiet of the night, Xia Yan's voice rang out. "Why are you wandering around out here?" Little friend Xia Yun sighed dejectedly, and he replied, "Senior Marshal's sister, aren't you asleep either? What's up? Do you want to play with me again today?" After speaking, Xia Yun even exaggeratedly shouted, "Come at me!" Xia Yan was stunned at first by the sight of this guy. Then she lowered her head, concealing her smile. Xia Yun coldly asked, "What are you laughing at?" "Laughing at me for not being able to beat you, so I can only surrender." She snorted coldly and pulled him closer. He started to feel like something was wrong and cautiously looked at her. Xia Yan touched his cheek, meaningfully saying, "We really are fated." Xia Yun put on a desperate look and shouted loudly, "If you want to play, then hurry up and do it. I don't have much time for you. This little master is already in the late stage of foundation establishment. Don't force me to make a move." Xia Yan teased, "What's wrong? Can't your clone last long today?" Xia Yan's hand touched his neck, preparing to make a move. He pleaded, "Clothes cost money to tailor. If there's a next time, I can take them off beforehand." She thought to herself annoyedly, "Is that all? What a cheapskate." Lying next to the beauty, Xia Yun hinted, "The meaning of what I just said is that I will soon surpass your cultivation level, and when that time comes, you'll be the one on the bottom." Xia Yan, upon hearing this, became especially interested in this young man. She immediately burst out laughing as if she'd heard something incredibly funny. The surrounding space was filled with peace. Xia Yan pinned Xia Yun down. She ripped his clothes straight off. Xia Yan leaned down and whispered, "You little brat. I'll be waiting." As time passed, Xia Yan finished her business. She tied up her hair that had come loose. As if sensing something, Xia Yan glanced back at Xia Yun. Her eyes were lifeless. He was now like a skeleton. Yet Xia Yan actually praised him. "After a night of passion, you can still be so awake. I'm really looking forward to you surpassing me." Xia Yun requested, "Can the GU worm in my body be taken out now? If Shiji wants me to be the medicinal guide, just say it directly. There's no need to always use such violent methods." The surface of the peaceful lake wasn't disturbed in the slightest. A palm strike from Xia Yan sent the water's surface rippling violently. She blurted out, "I'm a suspicious person. I always feel empty if I don't leave something behind." She slowly walked towards Xia Yun, then revealed, "As long as you stay pure, the GU worm will obediently stay dormant. Taking it out or not makes no difference." Xia Yun, hearing this, gaped in surprise. She frowned in confusion. What's with that expression? Clearly seeing the face of the person opposite him, with her hair neatly tied up, he didn't hold back his praise. "Fellow disciple Shiji, you look so beautiful. Don't cover your eyes with your hair. Next time, you look like a female ghost. This is much better." Xia Yan didn't seem too happy to receive the compliment. She turned away abruptly and reminded him, "Me sleeping with you doesn't mean you can get fresh with me. That's right, don't tell anyone about what happened between you and me, and don't say you've ever met me. Dare to reveal half a word, and I'll send you to heaven immediately next time." Finishing her words, Xia Yan left immediately. The water's surface turned into a small vortex. Only when the water's surface became peaceful did Xia Yun dare to breathe a sigh of relief. Suddenly his eyes widened as he looked at something in front of him in shock. Before his eyes were countless radiant spirit pearls. How can there be so many spirit power pearls? Xia Yun didn't hesitate and jumped into the mountain of spirit pearls with his whole body. The system continuously exploded with notifications. Plus 1 point of spirit energy, his shout shattered the silent night. The system summarized. A total of 10,000 spirit energy points collected. A fragment of serendipity is gifted as a bonus. Xia Yun was surprised. This counts as serendipity? Could it be related to her? Have to sleep with her a few more times? Forgot to ask her name? At noon, Yu Ba and Feng Ren had been waiting for him for a long time. He called Xia Yun over. He cheerfully replied, "Coming?" Xia Yun asked curiously, "Shifu, what's up?" He proudly patted Xia Yun's shoulder and said to the other person, "Grand Elder, my disciple is the best at growing vegetables. Let him do it." Wu Ba thought to himself, "Sect leader, Grand Elder. This old man is getting old. Can you please not do scary things anymore?" Feng Ren frowned and glared at him with resentment. She was holding something in her hand. The sect leader is about to come out of seclusion. This is the seed of his favorite dish, only one like this is produced every 100 years. With that, Fang Ren held out her hand to show them the seed. Xia Yun stared blankly at the seed. She ordered him, "You must carefully preserve and cultivate it. If you lose or damage it, just prepare for glorious death. Guangrong is just right for you." Xia Yun thought unhappily. Why does she always tell me to glorious death? Fang Ren's eyes flashed with bloodshot threats. Remember, if something happens, 10 of your lives won't be enough to pay for it. Being threatened out of nowhere, he was speechless. The sound of cheep cheep rang out in the garden, and a chick innocently chirped. It turned out that Xia Yun was resentfully cursing the soil, scaring the chickens. After a few basic hoeing strokes, he rested for a moment. Xia Yan happily came and asked, "Yun-ee, you want to grow vegetables?" Xia Yun was embarrassed and didn't know how to explain this. He was sweating profusely, not knowing how to explain. Then Xia Yun continued his work. "I'm going to loosen the soil for the vegetable garden a bit, and also bring some soil back to cultivate new vegetables," Xia Yan suggested. "Let me help you." The two of them worked diligently together, and before long they had harvested a lot of vegetables. Xia Yan supported the basket of vegetables behind him, Yun-ji this side. He put the basket of vegetables on his back and replied, "Thanks." Xia Yun exclaimed happily, "Let's go back for lunch." Just then, a young lady accidentally bumped into him. He asked worriedly, "Fellow disciple, are you all right?" Xia Yun thought desperately. "Crap, why did I bump into a demonic woman? Is she planning to mess with me?" She replied, "I'm fine." Hearing this, the other two were stunned. Xia Yan pinched his waist from behind. She asked uncomfortably, "What do you mean by looking at people like that?" Xia Yun revealed the abnormality. She didn't hit anyone. Xia Yan didn't understand it was just an accidental bump. Why would she hit someone? He seriously revealed, "You're new to the Jiu demonic sect, so you still don't understand how terrifying this place is." Memories of his childhood flooded back into his mind. Two grown men in front of Xia Yun were fighting. "Give me back my chicken leg now, or I'll beat you to death. You try beating me to death, do you dare?" On the side, two women were also brawling. "You dare use my makeup, I'll beat you to death. Who would want to use that cheap stuff?" Keep that in mind. Basically, just remember, the minds of people in the demonic sect aren't normal. They won't reason with you. They'll make a huge fuss over the tiniest thing. Anyway, as long as they don't kill you, it's not considered breaking sect rules. It's best to stay far away when you see them. Got it, Xia Yan agreed. Got it? Seeing the innocent look on that person's face, Xia Yun sighed in frustration. He took responsibility. "I'm the one who brought you into the demonic sect, so I have to be responsible for you. Once I've saved up enough money to buy your freedom, I'll take you away from here and find a righteous sect to rely on." She chimed in. "Really, I'm so excited to hear that." Xia Yun blushed, embarrassed, and blurted out, "Of course it's true, a real man keeps his word." She cheered happily. "Yun-ji, you're so reliable." In her heart, she sneered, "You little brat, all you ever think about is escaping. You think you can run. You're Xia Yan's boy toy. Alive, you belong to me, and dead, you'll be my ghost." In the smoky kitchen, people were busy preparing lunch. Xia Yan sat down at the table, and before even touching her chopsticks, she asked, "Master Hao, I've been here for days, and I've been idle the whole time. I feel a little uneasy. If there's anything I can do, just tell me." Hearing this, he was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat. Yubo quickly replied, "There's really nothing." Xia Yan slammed her chopsticks down, displeased. "So, am I just eating for free then?" Seeing her face darkened, Yubo stammered, That. In his heart, he cried, "Sect leader, please stop messing with me." Xia Yun suggested tentatively, "Master, how about letting Xiao Wushan help me as an assistant? I've started learning to cook recently, and I need someone to chop the vegetables." He immediately agreed. Okay, let's go with that." Xia Yan winked at Yubo. "Thanks, Master Hao." Just then, someone walked in from outside. It was the girl Xia Yun had bumped into earlier. She spoke up. "Master Hao, my master is inviting guests tonight. Please arrange for the chefs to prepare the food at Joyful Union Pavilion." He recognized her. Wasn't she the one I bumped into at the entrance to the vegetable garden? Yubo stroked his chin thoughtfully. Wait a moment. Our sect leader likes spicy food. Let me see who's suitable. Suddenly, the girl glanced inside. She pointed at Xia Yun. "Master Hao, how about letting this little master prepare the food?" He was stunned. "Me?" The other party immediately asked. "Yeah, so. Are you unwilling?" How could he dare to refuse? "It's not that I'm unwilling, it's just that I've only just started learning to cook. I'm not good enough to cook for the sect leader." She finalized the deal. "Then he'll go. I'll wait in the courtyard." Yubo agreed to get it over with. Alright? Inside the room, the scene was for mature audiences only. Amorous moans echoed, making it clear what was happening. Xia Yun walked down the corridor, thinking to himself, "No way, this kind of thing actually passed censorship." The girl leading the way asked, surprised, The masters of Joyful Union Pavilion all cultivate the Joyous Union technique in pairs, don't you know, little master? He replied awkwardly. I've heard about it. In his heart he thought, I just didn't expect them to cultivate in broad daylight, how shameless. She walked ahead, reminding, don't stop, we're here. Stepping inside, Xia Yun gawked around. This kitchen is huge. Ding Ning pushed Xia Yun in. Little girl, you just prepare the food in the kitchen. I'll take junior brother to the wine cellar to get wine for the sectmaster to entertain guests. She gestured to him. Junior brother, this way, please. Xia Yun replied. Okay. Guo Li sat gloomily in a corner, sighing. Xia Yan could easily see through their wicked scheme, bumping into each other in the vegetable garden, then conveniently using the excuse of a chance encounter to get Xia Yun to be the chef, and now dragging him off to get wine. Either it's a real coincidence, or it's too much of a coincidence, he anxiously asked. Fellow disciple Ding, how much further is it? Ding Ning said softly. Just a bit further, down from here, and we're there, okay? The two had gone down into the underground wine cellar. She handed Xia Yun the lantern, pleading, Junior brother, could you hold this for me for a moment? He readily agreed. Sure. After that, Ding Ning unlocked a gate, gently pushing the door to one side. She yielded the way, inviting him in. Xia Yun politely replied, Thank you. He was suddenly stunned by the space inside. It was packed full of wine jars. Xia Yun exclaimed in astonishment. This is way too much. Fellow disciple Ding, there's so much wine here, how much do we need to get? Ding Ning summoned her magic, creating a space filled with illusory blue butterflies. Junior brother, there's still plenty of time, no need to rush. Surrounded by butterflies and plants, he lamented inwardly. I'm screwed. Xia Yun felt his legs going weak. She took control of the situation, getting close to him, but inwardly felt something was off. He should be affected by my coitus joy art by now, right? Why does it feel like his reaction is wrong? Xia Yun wondered. Why is this woman grabbing my chin? Does she want to dual cultivate with me or something? Ding Ning puffed out her cheeks and blew out another puff of air. Oh well, I'll just increase the dosage. The smoke went straight into the 7 orifices on his face. Damn, is this woman making me inhale secondhand smoke or what? Seeing Xia Yun still able to withstand it, she was shocked. What's going on? He's not affected? Someone with a strong will is really not easy to control. I need a lure. I'll just have to sacrifice some beauty to activate that lure. Ding Ning raised her hand to the front of her robes, unleashing her ultimate move, Junior Brother Xia. The scenery before her chest was revealed as her clothes were pulled down, accompanied by a voice as sweet as honey. Only you and I know about this. Why not take advantage of the dry wood and raging fire, and just go for it? He tried to protect his virginity, retreating backward, scolding. Fellow disciple Ding, I've never cultivated your basic techniques. Dual cultivation won't work. I'll die a sudden death. If I die here, you won't be able to explain yourself later. She seduced him regardless. Fellow disciple Xia, am I beautiful? Xia Yun praised perfunctorily. Beautiful. Of course you're beautiful, but inwardly cursed. Beautiful my ass. That smoke from earlier was the Joyful Union sect's evil art, wasn't it? Unfortunately, I've already been eaten clean by the demonic woman of the Myriad Poison Valley. I've long since lost all desire. Ding Ning pressed close to his chest, rubbing against him a few times. Why is your body so stiff? Is it because you're shy, or do you find me repulsive? Xia Yun lay on the ground, not moving his body at all, and asked sternly, Fellow disciple Ding, I want to know where's the wine? She used the suffering ploy, with tears welling up in her eyes. The senior brothers and sisters of the Joyful Union sect only seek cultivation and have no true heart. What I need is just a true heart from you. He showed no pity and pushed her away. It's not that I don't want to dual cultivate with you, it's that I really don't have that function. You should go find someone else. Xia Yun pretended to be busy looking for wine. What kind of wine does the sect master like to drink? Help me find it. Oh right, also get me a jar of Huadiao wine. I'll use it to cook soup. Ding Ning couldn't understand. No way, why? She had a bold guess. Little martial uncle Xia is Shinan. Upon hearing this, his whole body slumped like a withered branch, leaving Ding Ning puzzled, muttering, What was that? She analyzed carefully. Just now his legs went weak, looking like he had been hit by the Joyous Union art. Later, I tried to seduce him in all sorts of ways, but he didn't budge at all, so the Joyous Union art must have lost its effect. Only those with truly pure hearts are not controlled by the Joyous Union art. Thinking of this, Ding Ning felt a burst of clarity. She assessed him as a very good person, suddenly seeing a dazzling light that made Xia Yun squint. What's that sparkling thing? Looking at the floating sphere, he immediately recognized it as golden spiritual energy orb. Big win. A look of anticipation appeared on Xia Yun's face as he looked at the sudden appearance of good luck. System notification. Congratulations, young Master Yun, for collecting a golden spiritual energy orb for the first time, receiving 5,000 points, activating a serendipity reward, 2 fragments have been collected. He cleared his throat and turned to ask Ding Ning, "Martial Sister Ding, where is the wine you mentioned?" Xia Yun happily thought to himself, this trip to the wine cellar was well worth it. He glanced at that girl. Who knows, this person. Not seeing the other party answer, Xia Yun gently called out, "Martial Sister Ding." She was startled. Huh? He looked at the wine cabinets in front of him, asking, "Aren't we here to find wine?" Ding Ning forced a smile, leading Xia Yun right this way. She hugged a jar and asked the martial brother with high alcohol tolerance, "Can you hug 2 more jars?" He agreed. "Okay. Outside is a piece of peace." Ding Ning walked while pondering. Why did the news suddenly spread that the Chengming Jade is in this person's hands? Could it be a smokescreen? This person is not controlled by the Joyous Union art. He must have a simple mind, basically not suitable for living in the 9U Demon Palace. The more she thought about it, the stranger it seemed. I must clarify this matter. As for Xia Yun, he was also calculating. Now there are a total of 3 fragments. I'll try to activate serendipity again. Maybe I can put together a talent. It seems that serendipity is about encountering things that are contrary to the norm. The female ninja named Ding Ning definitely used the Joyous Union art on me just now. Otherwise my legs wouldn't have suddenly gone weak like that. This is something contrary to everyday life. Then I will collect a golden spiritual energy orb. Triggering serendipity, meaning if I just stay in the kitchen without going to expand locations, activating new events, it will be difficult to trigger serendipity. She stopped at a place. Ding Ning placed the wine jar on the table, then reminded, "It's time for the dishes to be served one by one. Don't forget it," he assured. "Okay, just leave it to us, Martial Sister Ding." Seeing Xia Yun return, Xia Yun cordially called out, "Brother Xia Yun, you're back." She was friendly, waving goodbye. "You guys work, I'll go over to him." Ding Ning called, "Little martial uncle, I think you are a good person. Let's go on a picnic together in 2 days." Xia Yun readily agreed immediately. Okay, the nature in his heart has collapsed. A picnic is opening a new map. Although this woman is strange, as long as there is an immutable rule of martial siblings that killing is not allowed, plus I have been cursed by that female devil, the Joyous Union art can't work anyway. Going is more beneficial than harmful. Xia Yun thought darkly in the back. Does this brat have a death wish? He dares to make promises to other women? She gently instructed. Okay then, I'll come to the kitchen to find you in 2 days. Xia Yun excitedly replied, okay. She turned away into the kitchen in a huff, and he turned back to ask, Xiao Wushan, you coming? Xia Yan ominously lifted the knife in her hand, and then chopped it down onto the unfortunate carrot on the cutting board, replying, nope, no one invited me. Watching her hands deftly slicing the vegetables, Xia Yun marveled, his eyes sparkling as he looked at the prepped ingredients on the counter. You've already finished preparing the food. Didn't expect you to be pretty good. Xia Yan felt like his brain was too dense. Dude, can't you tell my mood is plummeting? If it weren't for the fact that it's not time to reveal my identity yet, I'd really execute you right here and now. Xia Yun didn't notice she was angry, and only focused on his cooking career. You've worked hard, let me cook. By the time it got dark, the aroma of food wafted from the kitchen. Inside the room, everyone was preparing the dishes, each with their own task. Suddenly, Wu Bao froze as he felt the surge of anger. He turned to ask the culprit. What did you do to the girl? He replied blankly. I don't know. She's been sulking outside, so Wu Bao could only pray for Xia Yun. Young man, take care of yourself. After work, he went to the door of Xia Yan's room and knocked. Xiao Wushan, can I come in? Master saw you haven't eaten, and told me to come. Before he could finish, a sharp get lost rang out from inside the room. Xia Yun thought running away was the best option. Xia Yan was frustrated in the room with no place to vent, thinking to herself, how did I end up meeting such an idiot? Just then, the window in the room opened, and someone came in, calling. Sect leader, Feng Ren, happily returned. I'm here. She deliberately tripped on the windowsill, and then acted weak and whined. Sect leader, help me, she sternly reminded. As the great elder, you need to have the demeanor of a great elder. Stop acting, Feng Ren Tuiyan jumped into the room, replying, didn't I hear you calling me, so I rushed over. Xia Yan vigilantly peeked outside to check, asking, is anyone following you? She confirmed. Relax. What do you need me for, sect leader? Who do you want to kill? Which family do you want to wipe out? Just tell me. She didn't beat around the bush. Do you know Ding Ning from Joyful Pavilion? Fang Ren really knows this person, Ding Ning from Huangxi Lu. I'm actually impressed with her. She's a beloved disciple of the sect master, having joined the sect for at least 10 years. Is the sect leader worried that Ding Ning's identity isn't clean? Xia Yan confirmed. Yeah, but there's no evidence right now. She gave the order. You investigate thoroughly. I also want to check out how our 9 Nether Demon Palace is doing. She accepted the order. Understood. By the way, the evergreen jade is the sect leader's most precious item. Are you really sure it's okay to leave it with Xia Yun for safekeeping? Xia Yan wasn't too worried. No need to worry. Even if the evergreen jade is stolen, it wouldn't mean anything in someone else's hands. Outsiders have no idea what it is. Just don't let it fall into the hands of someone from the Nine Immortals sect. Night returned, bringing back its usual tranquility. In the room, he was studying the seed in his hand. Xia Yun wasn't too sure. Is this thing really a seed? Whatever. Since it's what the Grand Elder said, let's just assume it's true. He put the seed in a pot of soil and stared blankly for a while. Xia Yun sighed deeply. Where should I put it? Something this important definitely can't be placed randomly. Suddenly he noticed the window. Then he placed the pot of seeds right on the windowsill. The most dangerous place is the safest place. It makes sense to put the plant on the windowsill. Besides, who in the sect would be bored enough to steal the sect leader's vegetables? With the matter settled, Xia Yun relaxed on the bed. Perfect. A new day came as usual, and everyone began their daily work again. He was preparing meat when Ding Ning cheerfully walked in and called out, "Little Marshal Uncle Xia, I'm here." She went to Senior Wu first and asked, "Senior Shi, I've arranged to go on a picnic with Little Marshal Uncle Xia. Do you allow it?" He acted like it was none of his business. Just ask him directly. Xia Yun put down the work in his hands and walked towards Ding Ning. Sure, let's go. Wu Ba sensed Xia Yun's displeasure and was concerned. Aren't you going? She tried to suppress her anger, but failed. Xia Yun vented all her frustration on him and shouted, "Am I going to ruin their atmosphere?" making Wu Ba so panicked that he stuttered. She frowned. "I want to go back to my room and rest." He stood behind her, his face full of question marks. Why am I a little confused? At the edge of a forest next to a clear stream, she sat on a blanket and exclaimed, "The weather is so nice today, we can sit here and sunbathe for a bit." He had a look of calculation. Hopefully I'll get some gains today. Spirit orbs. Lucky encounters. Where are you? Ding Ning urged. Little Marshal Uncle Xia, hurry up and sit down. Aren't you tired standing? Xia Yun mumbled a few sounds. Not knowing how to respond appropriately, he sat next to the beautiful woman and started a conversation. "Fellow disciple Ding, are you really taking me on a picnic just because I'm a good person?" In his heart he was very sober, thinking, "There's no way I would trust the words of you demonic cult people." She denied it. "Of course not," Xia Yun said defensively. "If you have any ideas, just say it. I'll cooperate as much as I can, but if I can't, then I can't." Ding Ning suddenly touched his cheek. She didn't beat around the bush. "That day, I used the Joyous Union art on you, but you didn't react at all." Xia Yun was surprised. He didn't expect her to admit it. Ding Ning concluded. "This shows that junior brother Xia is pure of heart. Our sect's Joyous Union art will naturally have the greatest effect if both parties are truly in love. Dual cultivation like that is truly meaningful. Even you didn't think you were pure of heart." She pushed him back, whispering, "Junior brother Xia." Ding Ning straddled Xia Yun, saying gently, "I asked you out, and you didn't refuse, so does that mean junior brother Xia also has feelings for me?" "Now that you have feelings," her eyes were filled with affection, "and I have intentions too, so why not fly with me to the blue sky and the paradise on earth?" He was still very calm. "Senior sister Ding, this is too ordinary." Ding Ning was stunned. "Too ordinary? What do you mean?" Xia Yun hinted vaguely. "Literally. Is there any special way to play? Something you don't usually see?" She was a little disappointed. So he wasn't such an innocent person after all. Of course, there are no good people in the demonic sect. He probably felt that the temptation in the cave last time wasn't perverted enough, and he wanted to find something more stimulating. He was smug when he saw that she had given up on him. It was hard to get out for once, so he had to seize the opportunity to get a lucky encounter. "Anyway, I don't have that function, so she can do whatever she wants." Ding Ning didn't back down and continued to play to the end. "Junior brother Xia, no matter how perverted you are, I can handle it," Xia Yun stammered. "I don't have any experience at all. I'm counting on senior sister for everything." The beauty's face was as bright as a flower. "Junior brother Xia, you're so witty, but so dark inside. If you want stimulation, then I'll go along with you." She stood up. "Wait a moment. Let me prepare something." From the undulating crevices of the mountain, Ding Ning gently reached in. Finally, she wound a red string around her entire body. Holding up the red string, she asked in a charming voice, "Junior brother, do you want to play with this?" He was so excited that he could wag his tail like a dog and bark, he thought. Senior sister Ding's move is not ordinary. Today, I'm sure gold will explode. Come on. Ding Ning wasn't surprised at all. As expected of someone from the demonic sect, rape and pillage, perverted duo. Red string shot out from her hand, wrapping around Xia Yun. His whole body was tied up. Xia Yun, hiding behind, was tense as she watched this scene, and the smell of jealousy was strong. This brat is already mine, and he still wants to mess around, and even play around so wildly. He deserves to die. He's unforgivable. Chu Lingji, may you never be reincarnated. Ding Ning asked triumphantly, "Junior brother Xia, do you want something even more perverted?" Seeing his calm expression, she was completely provoked, cursing inwardly. Damn it. Why is there still no reaction, even at this point? Is bondage play this common nowadays? Xia Yun suddenly remembered. That's right, Senior Sister Ding is from Joyful Union Pavilion, so it's normal for her to use bondage. Senior Sister Ding, I'm ready. I've decided to relax my mind and dedicate my whole body and soul to you. Come at me. Ding Ning was so angry she laughed. You're really something else. If I knew you were into this kind of foreplay, I would have told you in the cellar last time. Seeing her groping him, Xia Yun's face darkened. They're already starting the foreplay this fast. Damn it. The lovey-dovey vibes are oozing everywhere. The more I watch, the more jealous I get. What the heck are they even saying? I can't hear a thing. Isn't that brat's expression a bit too much? He's never been this shameless with me during our ahem moments. Ding Ning stood up and exclaimed, Shidi, I'm here for you. The third move of the 100 twists of soft tenderness, hidden love, can make those of lower cultivation levels reveal their true feelings. She's super confident that just by using this power, the opponent will fall into a trance. A wave of intense fragrance rushed toward him. Xia Yun started to show signs of being in a trance, his eyes becoming vacant. Where am I? Ding Ning guided him. Shidi, we're in the world of ultimate bliss. He started to lose his ability to speak. World of ultimate bliss, got it? She continued probing. Shidi, are you hiding something from me? If you're willing to tell the world your little secret, then Shiji has even more special games prepared for you. He blurted out excitedly. Of course, I have tons of secrets. Let me tell Shiji. My name is Xia Yun, but I wasn't originally Xia Yun. I come from another world. Or maybe not. Anyway, I was born here, and I was sold into the demonic sect as a kid, but I have a burning righteous heart. I want to keep striving to join the righteous sect. I'm a good person. The more Ding Ning heard, the more grating it became, to the point where she had to shout, Stop, I don't want to hear that kind of secret. What nonsense is that? I want to hear deeper secrets. Like something about the Changming sect. With his mouth grabbed shut, Xia Yun still tried to say, Changming sect? I've never been there. Ding Ning felt a headache coming on. Are you playing dumb with me? Her hand clenched tightly, trembling with anger. From behind, Xia Yun only saw his back and heard his groans, and, not knowing what was happening, got pissed. That pervert can't use it down there, so he came up with another way. This is truly eye-opening. Her hand clenched tighter, and suddenly, blood gushed out of her mouth. Xia Yan covered her mouth and sat down, worriedly thinking, Hua Jian Zui Yue, poison of Taishu sect, plus Zui Chun Feng, truly poison on top of poison. It activates at random times, and the trigger is unknown. You damn old fogies. Wait until I recover. I'll settle the score with each and every one of you. She endured the pain and lamented in her heart. So painful. On Xia Yun's side, he just woke up. What just happened? He was startled when he looked to the side. At the beauty's face, as dark as a storm, Xia Yun panicked. Ding, Shiji, what's wrong? You. She grabbed his collar and yelled, Who the hell are you? Tell me. Who exactly are you? Xia Yun pushed her away bluntly, his head spinning. Stop it. Ding Ning fell backward, powerless. In the end, she was still fixated on the question, where exactly is the Chongming sect? He started to lose his patience. What the heck? So annoying. I clearly came out to seek fortune, but I didn't get anything, and even ran into someone who mistook me for someone else. Xia Yun decided not to play with anyone anymore. Ding Shiji, we've been out for a while, and I think that if we can't see eye to eye, then even half a sentence is too much. How about we each go home? Ding Ning stared at his departing back, secretly resolving. This guy heard me mention the Changming manual, can't let him live. Ding Ning's whole body erupted with demonic energy, as she flew towards him like a fiend. Just then, a stone came flying from afar, smacking her right in her flower-like face. Ding Ning tumbled to the ground a few times. Ambush. She became alert. Is someone protecting him? Could it be that he wasn't hit by my attack at all? Was it all an act? This kid isn't just some kitchen chef, it seems. The rumor that the Changming manual is in his hands is totally unfounded. I can't reveal my identity today. I'll settle the score with you another day. Looking behind him at the empty space, Xia Yun was surprised. Those Joy Pavilion people are truly profit-seeking and snobbish. Seeing that they can't cultivate together to increase their cultivation, they immediately turn hostile and don't show any face at all, leaving so decisively. No way, I can't go back empty-handed. I haven't explored this dense forest yet. Who knows? There might be quite a few spirit essence orbs. Leaving without getting anything would be a huge loss. How can I not take the chance to loot this place? Suddenly, movement at the base of a tree behind him caught his attention. Xia Yun was curious. Someone else is here. He misunderstood, Senior Sister Ding. Is that you? I thought you had already left. It turned out to be Xia Yan, writhing on the ground. It's you, she said sinisterly as she chased him away. Get lost. Xia Yun cursed inwardly. Damn it, does this woman follow me around all day? Wherever I am, she is. He crouched down and asked with concern. Hey, are you okay? Xia Yan was still very angry. I told you to get lost, didn't you hear me? Xia Yun raised his hands in surrender. Alright, I'm going. I was hoping to go anyways, or else I'll be stuck with you all day. He then turned to leave. Then I'm leaving. She was very unhappy. You just leave when I tell you to. All my help was wasted on you. Otherwise you would have been killed by Ding Ning long ago, jerk, you bastard. His footsteps suddenly stopped. Xia Yun still couldn't bear it and turned back. Not leaving anymore. Too much trouble. Xia Yun felt that this guy still had a conscience. He helped her sit up, saying, "What would happen to the GU worm inside me if you die?" She pouted. "I don't need you to worry about me," Xia Yun thought. In the end, he's just doing it for himself. Supporting her to lean against the tree, Xia Yun asked with concern, "Is it comfortable leaning like this? Tell me if you feel uncomfortable." But Xia Yun was still stubborn. "I told you, I don't need you to worry." He casually took off a piece of his clothing. "We don't have any grudges between us anyway. Other than making me feel good, you can't gain anything else from me. I can't really just watch you die without helping. Come on, let's do it." She was so embarrassed that she refused to give in. "I don't need you to pity me. I don't need you anymore. I'm over it." Xia Yun frowned. "Can't coax this girl." He adjusted his clothes. "Since that's the case, let's break up peacefully. Go our separate ways. I also don't need you to help me get the GU worm out." Then he coldly turned and left, leaving Xia Yun spitting blood behind him. She fell weakly to the ground. Xia Yun turned back, shivering from the cold, and asked, "Hey, are you actually gonna pull this off?" He grinned, shedding his outer robe with a show of self-sacrifice. "Well, I've already given myself to you, so hurry up and get it done." Suddenly realizing, why does my tone sound exactly like a Sunder chick when I'm talking? Xia Yun stubbornly refused to soften her stance. "Don't worry about me," Xia Yun replied casually. "I don't want to, but my conscience won't allow it. To be honest, besides stealing my virginity, you haven't really harmed me. I absolutely can't let you die here, at least not in front of my eyes." He grabbed her wrist and pulled her towards him. Xia Yun, taking advantage of the momentum, sat on Xia Yun, stubbornly asking, "Aren't you afraid I'll get angry and kill you?" He replied leisurely. "Right now, you're the one about to die, not me." She blushed with embarrassment and ordered, Don't say anymore, just do it." Xia Yun flashed a mischievous grin. Xia Yun became even more embarrassed. "What are you laughing at?" He playfully pinched her cheek, provoking the beauty. "Since you're the one begging me, you'll have to take the initiative. Your life is in your own hands. Don't blame me." She irritably swatted Xia Yun's hand away from her face, then roughly pushed him back onto the grass. He leisurely lay down, enjoying the pleasure. Xia Yun tried her best to suppress her moans. Xia Yun actually had the mood to tease. "Why are you holding back? Can you even relax like that?" She couldn't take it anymore, and snapped, "Shut up. If you say one more useless word, I'll strangle you." Being strangled, Xia Yun even thought she was playing some S&M game with him. "You like playing this game?" Xia Yun just wanted him to shut up. You shut your mouth." After a round of wilderness action, he started a fire to grill fish while she lay to the side, recovering her strength after the strenuous exercise. Xia Yun had to admit that this kid's stamina was too good. Looking at the light on her hand, she realized that under the suppression of the toxin, it was about to transform again. Xia Yun was also pondering. Another half day gone, I need to seize the night to collect spirit energy beads. Will I encounter some serendipity today? Turning around and seeing the space behind him empty, he was displeased. Leaving so quickly, not even a goodbye. Does she really see me as a toy? Xia Yun had no choice but to enjoy the delicious food alone, thinking, no luck for you. Just then, the system notified him that it was gifting 2 serendipity fragments. Fragment 5 out of 5. Friendly reminder. Does young Master Yun want to combine it into a talent, yes or no? He immediately made his choice. Do I even need to choose? Of course I'm combining it. Talent fusion begins. Streams of energy merging. New notification updated. Congratulations young Master Yun for obtaining the talent Corpse Explosion Art. Attack range 2 meters. Xia Yun pondered. Corpse Explosion Art? Sounds very demonic. Wouldn't it be unfavorable for me to join a reputable sect later? But this skill is perfect for destroying corpses and eliminating traces. In times of danger, I can even turn into a human bomb. Whatever, you can never have too many skills. Let's see what I have now. Full stats on display. Level 20. Balance of 15-15 copper spirit stones. Exchange rate of 100 copper spirit stones to 1 silver spirit stone. Remaining points, 50. 2 million. Talent 1, 2 lives. Talent 2. Corpse Explosion Art. Xia Yun decides, gotta stay sharp and keep grinding for spirit energy orbs. Before leaving, he carefully extinguished the campfire, then he turned and left. Suddenly, someone appeared from within the barrier, surrounding Xia Yun with a formation. Looking at the earth treasure before him, he excitedly says, "Jackpot." From the bushes, a dazzling light shines. Xia Yun excitedly gathers them, bit by bit, rolling in dough. After a while he sighs in relief. Finally picked them all. System, tally up the loot. Notification update. Congrats young Master Yun on obtaining 1 million points in one go. First time getting 1 million points in one go has triggered a serendipitous encounter, rewarding you with 2 fragments of a serendipitous encounter. He cheers with joy. Another serendipitous encounter triggered. This field trip is totally worth it. Xia Yun's laughter echoes through the forest. Because he knew the dire wolves would appear. I knew it. There's no such thing as a free lunch. No other choice, I don't want to die here. System. Boost me straight to level 60, it agreed. Yes, young Master Yun. Xia Yun successfully levels up to 60. 3 ferocious dire wolves pounce towards their target. He casually throws a punch that's worth 1,000 points. The next punch lands, giving him another 1,000 points. The third one is taken care of with the same XP gain as before. The punch sinks deep into the direwolf's body. Xia Yun commands. Explode the corpse. The entire area explodes. Smoke and fire rising high into the air. Xia Yun turns his back, striking a pose of a true man who never looks back and says, done. The system reminds young Master Yun, first time using corpse explosion art and eliminated 200 direwolves, accumulating 200,000 points, triggering a serendipitous encounter. Rewarding 1 fragment of a serendipitous encounter. He praises. This system's not bad at all, liking it more and more. Suddenly, danger approaches. Xia Yun glances over. It is a dire wolf with a powerful aura. It is a level 30 dire wolf leader, an elite leader with the skill roar. He thinks to himself, if I was still at level 20, I'd be kicking the bucket here today. Too bad for your bad luck. I am already level 60. 2 talents stacked on top of each other. No more hiding my skills today. The dire wolf carefully observes its opponent. Xia Yun was super confident. With a 30 level gap, he just casually flicked his finger. It hit him right on the head. Xia Yun smirked. Don't even need a martial skill to win this. That crazy strength sent Nightwolf flying, his body crashing into a distant tree, snapping it in half. System. Congrats, young Master Yun. You've easily annihilated the Nightwolf leader. He's waiting for it, and... What's next? It's blank. What's up? Xia Yun demands. Aren't you supposed to announce that young Master Yun got 2 fortuitous encounter shards? Now, I barely praised you, and you can't handle it? Whatever. I'll just check the Nightwolf leader's body for rewards myself. Xia Yun, hands on his hips, surveys the monster's corpse. He pulls a jade stone from the wolf's head. This is the first time I've seen a spirit energy pearl of this color. System immediately announces. Plus 3,000 accumulation points. Fortuitous encounter triggered, awarding 2 fortuitous encounter shards. The defensive barrier around the forest gradually dissolves, and a selection screen appears. Friendly reminder. Does young Master Yun want to combine a talent? Xia Yun waves dismissively. Next time, just combine it for me without asking, okay? The system learns quickly. Okay. With that, the Shu Yuan spirit summons breaks apart into many pieces, and the screen announces excitedly, congratulations, young Master Yun has obtained the Myriad Insights talent, allowing you to search for information twice a day. He asks, slightly surprised, Myriad Insights, can it search for anything? It replies quickly. That's right, Xia Yun calculates, satisfied. The talents I've combined so far are pretty useful. There aren't any strange auras around anymore. Seems like I won't be in any danger tonight, and it's almost dawn anyway. Time to get some rest. The next day, outside his courtyard room, the spirit pearl from last night is being watered like a seed. Xia Yun is still doubtful. Can this thing really sprout? Suddenly, he sniffs. This smell. Is that Chinese herbal medicine? Xia Yun follows the scent to the back of the kitchen, finding Yubo brewing medicine. He asks curiously, Master, are you sick? He wipes his brow. Not me, you're just in time. Help me keep an eye on the fire. Xia Yun is suspicious. Then who is this medicine for? Yubo explains to Xiao Yushan. She's sick. Bring this over to her once it's done. He's shocked. What? Sick? What's wrong with her? He stammers, trying to brush it off. Just a cold. He looks worried. A cold can be dangerous for normal people, Yubo replies guiltily. Yeah, right, but in his mind, it's actually a relapse of the intoxicated spring wind syndrome, and her internal injuries haven't healed yet, all because this kid isn't strong enough. But there's something different about this kid now. Why is his complexion getting better and better? He should be looking pale and sickly after being tormented by the sect leader like that. Could it be that the sect leader is being drained of his energy? Once the medicine is brewed, Xia Yun pours it into a bowl. Carrying the tray, he says, Master, I'm going to take this medicine to Xiao Yushan. Yubo urges him. Go quickly, he mutters to himself. Young people are so resilient. I should have cultivated harder when I was younger. Xia Yun arrives outside the room and knocks, announcing, Xiao Yushan, it's Xia Yun. I've brought you your medicine. Receiving no response, he opens the door and enters, shocked to find Xia Yan passed out on the bed. Oh no, what happened to you? He blankly held the bowl of medicine, tentatively placing his hand on her forehead. So hot. This isn't just a cold, she clearly has a high fever. Xia Yan opened her eyes and weakly said, Xia Yun, the medicine. He was still a little worried. This medicine is for colds. Is it okay to use? She hurriedly tried to take it, so Xia Yun gently helped her drink the medicine. The medicine rushed out of the corner of her mouth, dripping onto the girl's soft body. This scene made him embarrassed to look away. Girls outside definitely need to protect themselves, and so do guys. Helping Xia Yun lie down, he reassured her. Rest. I'll go find some fever-reducing herbs for you. She watched him leave, calming down and thinking, this kid has gotten stronger again, his aura has increased by at least 50 levels, what the heck happened? Xia Yun left, and went into the forest to find herbs, when suddenly a figure blocked his view. He recognized Ding Ning, and greeted her happily. It's you! Why did you leave so suddenly yesterday? I was going to thank you. She was stunned, and asked. Thank me? Xia Yun smiled cheerfully, his voice as light as the breeze, but still revealing his innocence. He suggested, if there's a fun place next time, remember to take me with you. The sudden remark made Ding Ning momentarily stunned. Thinking she had misheard, she wondered to herself, this kid seems a little off in the head. She asked directly without hesitation, hey, is the Changming Po with you? Xia Yun was a little dazed, the thought popping up in his head. The Changming Po is with me, isn't it the Po that I'm thinking of? It must be some kind of magic artifact, she asked a second time. He played dumb to the end. Senior sister, what's this? Ming Po? You're talking about… As soon as he said those words, Ding Ning's expression immediately darkened, her face turning purple with anger. Are you messing with me? Xia Yun replied with a serious face. Senior sister Ding, I really don't understand what you're talking about. Secretly activating his investigation, myriad things devour. Investigate, Ding Ning. The information quickly appeared clearly. Ding Ning, age 18. Identity. A spy disciple of Joyful Union Pavilion. Also a disciple of Taishu sect. Level 29. Talent. Alluring charm. Goal to find the Shou Ming Po. He immediately understood. Ah, so it's the Chang Ming Po. Sounds like the name of some magical artifact. I didn't expect Ding Ning to be from the righteous sect. What does she want with me? I'm just a mediocre kitchen helper in the demonic sect. Ding Ning is only level 29. Nothing to worry about. If I really have to make a move, accidentally killing her would make it hard to join the righteous sect later. Thinking this, he immediately changed his expression and said with a bright smile, Senior sister Ding, why don't you explain it a bit more? Ding Ning was extremely vigilant. She had carefully scouted this area, and there's definitely no one else around. This guy looks stupid, but he's clearly not simple, it seems, like I have to use force. So first she grabbed his neck tightly, then ordered, Xia Yun, stop pretending, hand over the Changming Po, and I'll spare your life. He narrowed his eyes, his gaze calm, but with a hint of doubt in his voice. Senior sister, if I hand it over, will you really let me leave? Ding Ning confirmed. Of course, as long as you cooperate, Xia Yun calmly asked. Will a disciple of the Tai Shu sect really spare someone from the demonic sect? I can't believe those words. His uncooperative attitude angered her, and the grip in her hand tightened. How do you know my identity? He replied disdainfully. You don't need to know anymore, because you're about to die. At that moment, as Ding Ning tightened her hand around his neck, a powerful force suddenly appeared. Her wrist was tightly grabbed by another hand, and then twisted backward. The sound of bones cracking was dry and harsh. In an instant, Ding Ning's whole body was thrown away, her body crashing heavily to the ground. She stammered. How are you so strong? Xia Yun replied indifferently. I told you. Thanks for showing me around the other day. Ding Ning was shocked. What? Xia Yun burst forth with aura, scarlet flames enveloping his body as he rushed forward and said, If it wasn't for you showing me around, how would I have had such a great opportunity to find a bargain? She threatened in panic. Aren't you afraid of being seen? Xia Yun didn't care. His fist carrying terrifying power slammed straight into her chest. Ding Ning raised her arms to defend, but the difference in power was too obvious. The fist struck her chest directly. A surge of true qi violently pierced through Ding Ning's body. A sharp pain spread from her chest throughout her entire body, causing her to cough up a mouthful of blood. Then, her whole body was sent flying away, crashing miserably to the ground. Xia Yun approached, his eyes looking down on the loser lying flat on the ground with disdain, his voice slow as if mocking her. You're not afraid of being seen, so why should I be? He slowly walked towards where she was lying, issuing a cold command. Explode. Immediately after, an earth-shattering explosion rang out, and dust and smoke covered the area. When the dust settled, only a shallow pit remained on the ground. Xia Yun stood there with a satisfied expression. This is much cleaner and safer. But what he didn't know was that two figures had been silently observing the entire scene from afar. They had been there for some time, silently witnessing everything. Fang Ren asked curiously, Sect leader, I just checked, Ding Ning was a spy. How did he find out? Xia Yun focused on another issue. Compared to that, I'm more interested in the power and techniques he just used. She assessed with high regard. This guy has some dark energy. His style is also similar to those of the demonic sect. Very decisive, ruthless in his actions, and knows how to cover his tracks. Not bad. Next, Xia Yun ordered her subordinate, have Yu Ba teach him some practical combat skills, and then led him into the scripture pavilion to learn some secret manuals. Feng Ren accepted the order and left immediately. Understood. Sect leader Xia Yun even gave further instruction. Since Ding Ning has disappeared, the spies of the Taishu Xiao within the sect will definitely start to stir, expose them all, and kill anyone who resists. She responded without hesitation. Understood. Your subordinate will definitely complete the mission. Seeing the other person leave first, Feng Ren sped up. Sect leader, wait for me. Xia Yun warily sensed. It feels like someone was here just now. He felt a chill run down his spine, his body trembling uncontrollably. I killed a fellow disciple. What if someone saw me? Xia Yun was still not satisfied. What a pity. He didn't even get a chance to lead me anywhere fun. Xia Yun entered the house and called out, Master, I'm back. I'll cook some fever-reducing medicine for Xiao Wushan. He stared blankly toward the corner of the kitchen. Xia Wen, seeing her preparing ingredients, wondered. Aren't you supposed to have a fever? She replied. Master's medicine works instantly. I'm completely healed now. He turned to flatter Yu Ba. Master, your medicine brewing skills deserve to be included in the cultural heritage. He didn't understand. Xia Yun changed the subject. It's nothing. I'll dry these herbs to save them for next time. As he left, Yu Ba glanced secretly at Xia Yun. She reminded him. Good seed, teach him well. He complied. Yes, I will definitely teach him like my own son. When Xia Yun was outside drying the herbs, 3 people approached from behind. He's Tian Shui, a disciple of the Joyful Pavilion, and he acted arrogantly as soon as he arrived. Kitchen steward, everyone get out here. Yu Ba stepped out to greet him. What's the matter? So it's Xiaolang Jun, the little darling of the Joyful Pavilion. What's the matter? Could it be that the food in the kitchen doesn't suit your taste? Without a word, he decisively drew his sword. Startling him, Tian Shui held the sword to his neck, accusing him. Xia Yun killed my junior sister Ding Ning. According to the rules of the 9 Underworld Demon Palace, anyone who kills a fellow disciple must pay with their life. Steward, you be the witness. I want to execute him. Xia Yun vehemently denied it. I'm just a cook in the kitchen. How could I possibly kill a disciple of your Joyful Pavilion? You overestimate me. He wouldn't buy it. Ding. Shimei said she went looking for you, and would be back soon. But it's dark now, and she's still nowhere to be found. I've searched the whole area. This is definitely your doing, Xia Yun replied helplessly. Come on, even if I did something, it wouldn't be to the point of being suspected of murder, right? You're right to suspect me. People in our demonic cult do kill at the drop of a hat. But if you say, I killed someone, you need proof, right? Where's the proof? Wu Ba stepped in to defend him. Exactly, young master, where's the proof? If there's no proof, let him go. Don't delay our cooking, Tian Shui angrily yelled. Bullshit. Just then, a voice rang out from behind. My disciple really is missing. This was Shen Yikui, the pavilion master of Huangxi Lu, she continued. At the very least, Xia Yun was the last one to see Ding Ning, so he needs to be supervised. Mr. Hao, how about Xia Yun stays at Mirror Terrace for a few days, while I investigate thoroughly? It would also clear his name, he asked suspiciously. Mirror Terrace. You want to put him under house arrest? Yingque suggested. How about 5 days? Arrange a slightly larger room for him. Wu Ba couldn't make the decision. He turned to look at his master behind him. Xia Yan stood there with a gloomy expression. He immediately understood, and turned back to answer her. What if I don't agree? Yikui calmly replied. Then I'll have no choice but to conclude Xia Yun is the killer, and you, by concealing him, are an accomplice. Both of you will be immediately executed by the law. Even I would be executed along with them then. Wu Ba and Xia Yan exchanged glances in silent communication. That woman is extremely protective of her disciples. If we keep arguing with her, things will get really troublesome. Letting Xiao Qier lock him up won't get us any answers. You go with him too, and teach him a few things while you're at it. Once he received her approval, he dared to reply. All right, confinement it is, but fair warning, if we don't find any clues, I'm gonna go ballistic. Also, I want to go with Xia Yun, Yikui asked, puzzled. Why would you need to do that? Wu Ba reasonably replied. You all are so aggressive, I'm worried you'll bully my disciple. Xia Yun next to him interjected. Master, I'll go by myself. He cut him off. What do you mean, by yourself? I'm the one who decides. Tomorrow, go pack your clothes, we're off to confinement. He could only obediently accept. Yes, master. Tian Shui glared at Xia Yun. Sensing the ill-intentioned gaze, he mused to himself, is Tian Shui perhaps on the same side as Ding Ning? How can he be so sure I killed someone? What exactly is the Changming Po? Xia Yun returned to his room to pack his belongings. Glancing at the box on the table, he suddenly remembered. Almost forgot about you, little guy. This is the Sectmaster's delicacy. Or rather, Dad, what exactly is this thing? Omniscient Dad, save the seed, the system display the information. identified as Changming Po, not a plant seed. Changming Po, the legendary supreme spirit artifact. Whoever possesses it will be the strongest. There are both true and false versions. The true one actually seals Changming Zenren and the demonic lord's primordial soul. Xia Yun looked bewildered. What? I get the demonic lord, but who the heck is Changming Zenren? Just then, Wu Ba called from outside. Xia Yun, are you done packing? He replied. Done. I'm coming out now. Xia Yun tucked it into his chest, thinking to himself. Handing such an important item to me. What in the world is the sect master thinking? Oh well, confinement is fine. At least for these 5 days, Changming Po will be safe. I'll investigate the matters of the Zenren and demonic lord once I'm out. He was already mentally prepared to do some jail time. Xia Yun walked with them, looking around curiously. Master, why are there so many mirrors here? Wu Ba replied. Why else would it be called Mirror Terrace? Xia Yun mused to himself. That explanation was about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. You check in, out the mirrors, but what good are they really? He continues. They're for watching us, duh. Xia Yun's like, so they're spy cams, seriously. Even when we're eating or hitting the John. He cautiously looks around. Wu Ba assures him, relax, not every spot has a mirror. It's not as pervy as you think. Xia Yun sighs. Good thing, but thinks, can it really be that innocent? The leader opens their room. He introduces, this is your room, get inside. Xia Yun exclaims, dude, this prison's got presidential suite perks. Wu Ba doesn't get the president reference, he replies, just deal with it. He turns to warn Yi Kui. Remember what I said, Hallmaster? If there's no proof Xia Yun here's the killer, I won't let this slide. She forces a smile and says, got it, got it. Tian Shui barks. Just a cook, talking back to master like that. Yi Kui snaps. Shut your trap, brat. He's more than just a cook, he wonders. So what is he? She warns. Don't ask what you shouldn't. Go find your junior sister first. Speaking of which, why'd you go after Xia Yun alone? What could she want from a kitchen disciple? Tian Shui answers. Dunno. She said she suspected Xia Yun was a spy, so she went to check things out. She's puzzled. A spy? Please, how could Wu Ba's side have a spy? She must be loopy. Plus, investigating spies isn't our Joyful Union sect's job, he explains. Junior sister's just looking out for the 9 Underworld's demon palace. Isn't the sect leader out of seclusion? Plenty of people are eyeing the everlasting dominion in his hands, Yin Kui continues, talking about the sect leader. Why isn't he showing his face this time? Weird. Meanwhile, Xia Yun's hustling in the prison cell, noticing no mirrors. He thinks nervously. If I'm not around, and that crazy senior sister's poison acts up, will she start praying to every god she can find? Why am I even worried? She doesn't care about me, so why should I care? Wu Ba instantly senses something's up, blasting a palm strike straight at Xia Yun. He immediately dodges, the palm strike slamming into the wall. He asks, freaked out, Master, what the heck? If I didn't move, I'd be minced meat. Seeing Wu Ba staring ahead, Xia Yun calls out suspiciously, Master, you sensed my level 60 already. He feels guilty. He's never been this serious before. Wu Ba says, not long ago you were just a regular guy. What the heck happened in just a few days? Xia Yun's tensed, not knowing what to say. He decides to play dumb. Level 60's right. But I really don't know what happened, Xia Yun thinks. Gotta keep it under wraps. Master's palm strike is too deadly. He's definitely no regular cook. Wu Ba finds it funny. Don't know the reason, huh? He lies without blinking. Ding Ning took me hiking and ditched me in the mountains. I accidentally stumbled into a weird place, and after passing out I woke up at level 60. Master, think about it. Anyone suddenly jumping to level 60 would be suspicious. That's why I wanted to hide it. Plus, you can definitely tell I don't know any techniques. Seeing him chuckle at his story, he wonders, is what I said that funny? Wu Ba calls him out bluntly. Next time someone asks, just say, old freak Hao taught you and told you to hide your talents. Don't make up such unbelievable lies. Xia Yun's shocked. Master, you knew I was lying, he replies. I don't care how you leveled up. Either way, it's definitely some crazy stroke of luck, you lucky punk. The sect leader and Fang Ren said you killed Ding Ning, but I don't believe it. This shakes him to his core, turning him pale. Xia Yun asks, tensed, you know I killed Ding Ning. He teases. You're sweating bullets. Weren't you all brave when you killed her? Scared now. The 9 Underworld's demon palace is a demonic cult, the kind that kills without blinking. He admires himself, figuring himself out too clearly. He asks, the sect leader and grand elder know too. Wu Ba scolds. Duh. They were right there watching you kill her. Xia Yun understood. No wonder he felt like he was being watched back then. But it seemed like Shifu had no intention of scolding or punishing him. He gently rotated the ring, and streams of power radiated out. It flared around him, making Xia Yun exclaim in admiration, whoa, such a powerful aura. Yuba Kaba tossed the ring to him. Sorry. This old man hasn't taken this ring off for 100 or 2 years, so the aura is a bit heavy. It'll dissipate later. This ring is a magic tool to conceal your cultivation level. Wear it, and continue playing the naive, clueless fool. Xia Yun blankly caught the magic treasure. He carefully examined it, then looked at Yunba with such emotion that he felt awkward. What are you crying about? Xia Yun expressed. Shifu, you're too good to me. He reminded. The sect leader treats you so well. Don't forget his kindness. If you ever rise to prominence, remember to repay the sect leader. He curiously asked. Shifu, why is the sect leader so good to me? Yuba, his face flushing red, replied. You little brat really doesn't understand anything. Once the sect leader sets his sights on you, it'll be hard to escape. In short, the sect leader feels your future is limitless, so he told me to impart you some life-saving skills. You've been calling me Shifu for over a decade. It wouldn't be right if I didn't teach you anything. I will impart you the unique art of Heartless Hand. Xia Yun excitedly nodded repeatedly. Okay, I'll learn, he explained. The essence of the Heartless Hand is precisely the word, heartless. This move is extremely fast and powerful. Each strike will weaken the opponent's chi and spiritual energy. After mastering the basics, you can also combine it with the unfeeling finger. The so-called unfeeling finger replaces the palm with fingers, concentrating all the force on the fingertips, which can accurately strike acupoints, sealing meridians instantly, cutting off the opponent's spiritual energy for a period of time. My Heartless Hand, when cultivated to the extreme, will reach the state of the eternal heartless realm. While speaking, Yuba suddenly paused, and Xia Yun asked in confusion, Shifu, why aren't you continuing? He instructed, you only need to learn the basics of this technique, no need to pursue it to the extreme. The deeper you cultivate the Heartless Hand, the colder your temperament will become, heartless to the extreme, and ultimately you will inevitably have regrets, he curiously asked. But I see that your 7 emotions and 6 desires are all normal, Shifu. Is it because you haven't cultivated to the extreme? He looked dejected. This Shifu has of course cultivated to the final stage. This Shifu is innately talented. Cultivating to the final stage is no problem at all. Xia Yun admired. I knew Shifu wasn't simple, so he really is a hidden master in the kitchen. In his heart he understood. He wanted to say something just now but stopped. It seems like he has unspeakable suffering. Yuba Gaya waved him outside. Come, it's spacious outside. This Shifu will demonstrate it for you once. Xia Yun followed and asked. There are mirrors outside. Aren't you afraid someone will learn it secretly? He revealed. Learn it secretly. They're probably tired of living. Being trapped in the mirror platform would have 100 benefits and no harm. This is a place for cultivation. He secretly praised his Kie. Domineering aura. Shifu isn't inferior to the sect leader and the Grand Elder. Big thighs. I must hug them tightly. The two stopped in a spacious main hall. Yuba announced. I will only demonstrate it once today. Remember as much as you can. First the form, then the intent. I will correct you later if you're wrong. Xia Yun obeyed. Understood, Shifu. He demonstrated each move one by one. After a while, Yuba finished his demonstration, then asked his student, How much did you remember? Xia Yun eagerly said. I want to try, he instructed. Imitate it once. It's okay if you're wrong. He performed each move meticulously, which surprised Yuba. No way, Xia Yun excitedly asked. Shifu, how was it? He couldn't believe it. You little brat. Is this really the first time you've learned this technique? He replied shyly. It's really my first time, but I started at level 60, so learning techniques seems especially fast. Yuba praised proudly. You really are a cultivation prodigy. The sect leader really didn't misjudge you. With me here, I'll wholeheartedly pass everything on to you. In Yikui's room, she was also watching this scene of him and his master through a mirror. Yikui had to admit, this guy's talent isn't bad. If he really didn't kill my disciple, I might even snatch him back as my little disciple. 3 days later, Xia Yun looked at the giant hand that had dented the wall, evaluating his own work. Although it can't compare to Master's, it's enough to protect myself. This merciless hand is quite easy to get into. Coldly grab, tie the hands tightly, gradually forget the origins, leave the demonic sect, and join the righteous path. Yuba slapped Xia Yun on the back, asking about his progress. You little brat, what are you mumbling to the wall? How's the training going? He showed off the good news. Master, look at this. I can also cast a palm strike now. He marveled. Your cultivation talent is truly heaven-defying. Back then, it took me 10 years to achieve the effect you have. I'm not as good as you. Xia Yun was shocked. How many years? Anyway, I'm already level 60 now. If I was level 0, I probably wouldn't be able to cast it even after 50 years of practice. Master, I'm definitely reaping the benefits. Yuba rummaged in his breast pocket. Are you putting honey on my mouth? Good, you're being careful, knowing to tone down your words. Great Elder Fang Ren personally brought it over there so you can study hard. Picking up the book, he asked curiously, Master, what kind of technique is this? Why doesn't it have a name? Yuba was unclear. The great elder didn't say either. He just handed over the book and left. Xia Yun judged. It doesn't look like a technique, but more like a classic used to cultivate internal energy. He replied happily, Kid, you really have great fortune. All sorts of luck comes your way. He spoke nonsense boastfully. Maybe it's because I'm handsome. Yuba frowned after hearing this. You really are shameless. Xia Yun didn't tease anymore, seriously looking at the book in his hand. Then he put it in his chest pocket and said goodbye. I'm going to practice now. He looked at his departing back with regret. I've raised this kid for so many years. I really didn't expect him to be so obsessed with cultivation. If I had known, I would have nurtured him from a young age. What a mistake. Outside, Xia Yun was checking. Wan Xin Tong. Check what this classic is. The information displayed. Changming Zhen Jing. Everlasting True Scripture. A method to cultivate true energy, which can change the original way of running true energy, making the power flow smoothly in the meridians without obstruction. Xia Yun frowned. Changming Pa, Changming Zhenjing. Logically, there must be a connection between the two. I'll practice it first. He sat up to cultivate. First, try the breathing method written on the first few pages. It's so comfortable, the body seems to be purified. Breathing each breath is like bathing in a lush green forest. The ears are clear and the eyes are bright. The senses all become clearer. This true scripture really suits me strangely, as if it was written specifically for me. No, I have to ask Master who this Changming Zhenren, everlasting true person is. I must find him to learn from him, if I have the opportunity. Xia Yun came down from the cultivation place. He had just returned when he saw Yun Ba and thought, Master's face is serious. Is he so focused on cultivation? Xia Yun stepped forward and said, Master, I have something to ask you, Master. Do you know Changming Zhenren? He was surprised. Where did you learn about such a powerful figure from such an ancient era? Xia Yun lied. Last time I was punished to go to the scripture pavilion, I rummaged and found a few things. Yu Ba revealed. Changming Zhenren was an unparalleled powerhouse from 1,000 years ago. It said he was half a step away from becoming a god. It's just a pity that in the battle with the Demon Lord both of them perished, Xia Yun continued. Demon Lord, is that our previous sect leader Changming Zhenren fought our old ancestor and lost, he replied. We are a demonic sect, so outsiders will also call her the Demon Lord. But the Demon Lord I'm talking about is the master of the demon race. Who told you to abbreviate it as such? He chuckled awkwardly. Demon race. Never heard of them. In his heart he thought, is this worldview a high-level magic world? How did I transmigrate here? I've lived for so long and never heard of it. Even if you talk about creatures like night wolves, they look majestic, but they are just spiritual beings that absorb the spiritual energy of the world. Yuba continued. The demon race suddenly disappeared after that great war, and no one has seen them since then. Ordinary people naturally wouldn't know. I only heard my master talk about it, so it's hard to tell what's true and what's not. Xia Yun immediately understood. So that's how it is, he blurted out gloomily. It's all just legends. Too long ago, no one can say for sure. The system prompted. Young Master Yun has understood the truth of the world. First clue. Triggered serendipity. Rewarded with a fragment of serendipity, he pieced together the events. The truth of the world. The demon race that Master spoke of is actually real. Changming Palm. Changming Zhenjing. Changming Zhenren. Something about this development doesn't seem right. Yuba asked suspiciously. Why do you suddenly want to go back when we were talking? He replied. I suddenly want to take that nameless classic out to practice again. He felt something was amiss. This kid is really getting more and more strange. Xia Yun pondered. Could this book have been written by Changming Zhenren? How could such a wonderful book be in the demonic sect? He carefully read the contents of the book. Suddenly, Xia Yun made an unexpected discovery. Seeing the words dedicating it to 2 disciples, wishing you both an early breakthrough, he was curious. Dedicated to 2 disciples. 2 disciples. Who are these 2 people? On the other side, Yi Kuei was watching the situation through the mirror and exclaimed, What are they talking about? Why are they so quiet? Just at this moment, someone came in and asked, Little queer, aren't you afraid of seeing something you shouldn't see? She tried to pretend she was fine, forcing a smile. Great Elder, what brings you here? The person who came was Fang Ren. Fang Ren came to question her. A spy appeared in Joy Pavilion, and you, as the sect master, are completely unaware. The sect leader sent me to ask you, do you still want this sect master position? Ying Kuei stammered. A spy? How is that possible? He ordered. Then you must investigate carefully yourself. The sect leader has just emerged from seclusion. He is busy with many things, so don't let him be bothered. Yi Kuei kowtowed obsequiously and complied. Yes, your subordinate will definitely investigate clearly to put the sect leader and great elder at ease. At this moment, Tianshui's group had gone to the outskirts to search, he thought to himself. Hiding a corpse without diligence is truly a disgrace to our 9-nether demonic sect. Tianshui confirmed the location and ordered, Dig this hole for me. Looking at the 3 of them bloated, he angrily scolded. Are you guys brainless? You're all attacking at once? Are you trying to destroy all the traces? Dig? Use your true Q to dig, or I'll personally dig it out. Tools appeared in their hands. They obeyed, and the first cut of the shovel landed on the ground. The three of them dug a big hole, a girl reported. Tian Shui, senior brother. We've dug down 5 meters and still haven't found senior sister Ding Ning's corpse. Perhaps we've dug in the wrong place. He affirmed. No, I can smell the scent of junior sister Ding Ning. Although it's very faint, it's definitely hers. She must have been here, definitely. Suddenly, someone beside him poured a container of red liquid down. Tian Shui was shocked. Master. Yi Kuei revealed. The disciples of our Joy Pavilion cultivate the joy-uniting art. The fluid contains special ingredients that will react with the myriad emotion water that I refined. If Ding Ning is really here, suddenly, the entire space was enveloped in a thick, purplish aura, and she couldn't help but exclaim, "Oh my God!" Over in the kitchen, Xia Yun was leisurely lying on the bed, observing everything through the mirror. This kid is actually pretty diligent in his cultivation, huh? Just praised you, and now you're not cultivating anymore. What are you sneaking around to do? Xia Yun is currently rushing outside in a hurry. Xia Yun wondered curiously. You little rascal. What kind of mischief are you up to? He was planning to try something. Suddenly an idea popped into his head. Transfer True Ming True Qi into the evergreen jade and see if there's any reaction. Let's give it a shot. Xia Yan paused, watching Xia Yun doing that. He obtained effective results. The flow of true energy spread out like roots, reaching upward. She was so shocked that she sat up abruptly. What? Then hurriedly left. I spent thousands of years using the 9 nether soul-devouring scripture to seize countless souls and spiritual power, yet I still couldn't get the evergreen jade to condense a spirit. He's only cultivated the evergreen true scripture for a few days and already made the evergreen jade condense a spirit. Just at this moment, Xia Yan's relapse came again. On Xia Yun's side, he was dejectedly looking at his achievements. People outside don't know about the evergreen true qi. Even if they get the evergreen jade, they can't refine anything, right? Moreover, I have no idea how to use this magical artifact. Wan Shitong's appraisal said it was genuine within the fake, so the highest reliability is only 50%, huh? Xia Yan already arrived and gave the order. Wu Bo, without my summons, you are not allowed to enter the room. Xia Yun sensed the aura swiftly entering. Wu Bo happily obeyed. Yes. Please take your time. Being pinned down by her, he panicked. You, how did you get in here? Xia Yan kissed him directly. Don't have time to answer you. Xia Yun tried to resist. I didn't bring a lot of clothes in here. The collar of Xia Yun's shirt was already pulled down, she ordered. Satisfy me. At that moment, some ambiguous moans are heard. Not used to it yet. Relax, it hurts, you know. Xia Yun tried but couldn't. I'm already very relaxed. If I relax anymore, I'll be limp, but you still don't let me go and keep teasing me. I really don't know what you're talking about. As she spoke, her face flushed red, while Xia Yun was dazed, saying nothing. I feel so uncomfortable. Xia Yan didn't let him go either. Can't you be a little more serious? Stop talking. You're being too chatty. But it seemed her words excited Xia Yun even more. Xia Yun seemed to feel something inside. What are you doing? It hurts. Xia Yun didn't let her go. Sit still. Don't move around. You're affecting my performance. But neither of them knew that there was someone outside who couldn't take it anymore. Please, there's someone here, you know? The young couple still didn't care. Xia Yun became even bolder. Don't. It's too fast. Xia Yan scolded him affectionately. You want to die? Lie still. Don't move around. The old man outside was blushing crimson. Oh, don't you treat me like a person? Just as the gun was loaded, suddenly a sound came from outside. It turned out to be Yi Kuei entering with Ding Ning and Tian Shui. Everyone's expression was extremely tense. Yi Kuei didn't hesitate and broke down the door. She yelled loudly, Today, I will avenge Du Er. But as soon as she said that, she froze, because what greeted her eyes was Xia Yun and Xia Yan in full-blown action. She immediately slammed the door shut. Yi Kuei stammered, Am I seeing things? Seeing this? Tian Shui asked with concern. Master, what's wrong? The remaining disciples also wondered. Master, are you all right? Yi Kuei was silent. So scary. Upon hearing this, the disciples repeated. What's scary? I didn't answer, and went up to Hao Yuba. Arriving beside him, Yi Kuei's voice was full of accusation. Hao Yungaba, why didn't you say so earlier? After a pause, Yi Kuei continued, her face red. Is the sect leader in there? Hao Yunuba remained indifferent. You didn't ask? Yi Kuei was still unwilling to give up. Why is the sect leader involved with Xia Yun? Hearing her tone, Hao Yungaba snorted. How would I know? Maybe the sect leader was too horny during closed-door cultivation. After coming out, the first man he saw was him, so he fell in love at first sight. Yi Kuei then asked. How long has it been? He looked back seriously. How long has what been? Sensing his displeasure, Yi Kuei asked directly. I'm asking how long they've been dual cultivating. Hao Yukuba blushed and glanced away. I don't know anyway, my legs are getting numb. What are you blushing for? Don't you guys at Joyful Union Tower dual cultivate all day long? While the two of them were chatting, a red figure flew out of the room. It quickly slipped out of the villa and headed towards the forest in front. The closer the red smoke got to Feng Ren, the more it was revealed to be Xia Yun. Feng Ren hugged her worriedly. Was the sect leader discovered? Xia Yun replied. Yi Kui has already caught me and Xia Yun in the act. She knows that the cultivation technique I practice can't be easily broken. Hearing this, Feng Ren was worried. Do you need your subordinate to take care of things? Xia Yun shook her head. She wouldn't be stupid enough to spread it everywhere. After speaking, she turned back and instructed Feng Ren. As for Xia Yun, this kid must be closely monitored. Don't let him escape from the 9 underworlds demonic sect. I have to go see Xia Cheng. Feng Ren nodded clearly in response. Suddenly, Feng Ren thought of something and shouted, Absolutely not! Then stepped forward and hugged Xia Yun. Our 9 heavens immortal sect and 9 underworlds demonic sect have always kept to ourselves. Your subordinate won't let you go, you're injured. Isn't this just gonna die? Xia Yun hissed. Let go. Seeing that she was still stubborn, Xia Yun got angry. I told you, don't be such a pervert. Hearing Xia Yun's annoyance, Feng Ren obediently jumped away, but she still nagged. Sect leader. Although Xia Cheng is your biological younger sister, you haven't been in contact for hundreds of years. Living to this age, I'm afraid that she no longer has any feelings for family. Xia Yun turned her eyes to look seriously. You don't need to persuade me anymore. Find an excuse to release Xia Yun for me today. I want to take him on the road. Feng Ren was still very stubborn. You can take me instead. Xia Yun felt annoyed at this time and reached out to pinch Feng Ren's mouth. Do you have that function? After speaking, she threw her aside. But even so, Feng Ren didn't care. For the sect leader, I will try to cultivate to obtain that function. Switching the scene to Xia Yun's location, he was still very leisurely. Strange. How could that female demon sneak into the mirror platform without being discovered? Could it be that she is not some senior sister but an elder with an extremely high status? Just thinking about it and tossing and turning. But this identity is probably too high. This is not a place that can be entered and exited casually. Suddenly, he sensed something and glanced over. Turns out it's that old geezer Hao Yukiba, face red as a beet, waltzing in. Hey disciple, get your butt over here. The Pleasure Pavilion's Master Shen is here asking questions. This little punk got trashed by me and is still kicking. Was it that the cult leader isn't strong enough, or did he betray us and absorb yin energy to replenish his yang? Hearing his suggestion, the boy immediately jumped out of bed and came over here. Xia Yun's eyes were filled with determination. She must have found something out, and that's why she came looking for me. The more he thought about it, the wider the grin on Xu Feng's face became. No worries, whoever suspects him has to bring proof. If they can produce direct evidence, then good for them. Just then, he arrived in front of Yi Kui and her disciples. Tian Shui, upon seeing him, immediately stepped forward angrily. Don't think that just because you and the cult— Yin Kui, realizing that her disciple was about to blurt something out, immediately frowned. She quickly covered his mouth and turned to Xia Yun with a smile. It is the father's fault if the child is not taught, and it is the teacher's duty to nurture disciples. We must impart knowledge and cultivate character. Hao Yugiba, hearing the hidden meaning in her words, immediately covered his face. What are you even saying? Even if Yi Kui said that, she still wasn't at ease, so she glared at Tian Shui with a threatening look, warning, if you dare mention the Zhu sect again, I'll cut off your manhood right here and now. Got it. With that, she immediately released her arm from his neck and comfortably sat back in her chair, looking at Xia Yun and asking, Xia Yun, this venerable one, has something to ask you. Seeing her attitude, Xia Yun's heart was immediately in turmoil. Changing faces faster than flipping a book, did the Huangxi Pavilion's pavilion master cultivate until she lost her mind? She's acting completely crazy. But on the surface, he remained very polite. Pavilion master, please ask. Yi Kui replied. We found Ding Ning's remaining clues in the medicine garden. Tian Shui became aggressive after hearing only half of it. Where is Ding Shimei, this naturally displeased Yi Kui? Next time, I won't bring you along anymore. What did I teach you normally? It all goes in one ear and out the other. You can't keep calm when you encounter even the smallest thing. Xia Yun calmly clasped his hands. Are you saying that Ding Shimei was killed or that Ding Shimei is missing? What does the evidence you have now have to do with me? Tian Shui didn't like his tone and threatened him with his sword. No matter what happened to her, it must be related to you. She encountered trouble because she was investigating you. Now there are clues in the medicine garden, and there are records of you going in and out during those days. How do you explain that? But Xia Yun remained stubborn. What I'm asking is, what do those clues have to do with me? Then he looked at Yi Kui and explained, so what if I've been to the medicine garden? Many people go in and out every day. Why are you singling me out? I'm just a lowly cook who grew up in the sect since I was little. You can ask my master about this. He's the one who brought me back. If I'm a traitor, what does that make my master? Xia Huba also spoke up for him. I bought Xia Yun when he was young, and he's always been by my side learning. Although I don't supervise him all the time, if you say he's a traitor, then unless he's a master of time management. Tian Shui was furious when he heard the two masters singing in harmony. Master, it must be this brat. I bet that you think he is calm and collected. He has clearly prepared all the countermeasures a long time ago. If it were a normal person, they would have been scared shitless a long time ago. His reaction is not normal. Xia Yun shrugged. It's best to provide solid evidence before coming to question me. Xia Haoba scratched his head and looked at Yi Kuei. Pavilion Master Shen, why don't you consult with Great Elder Feng Ren and see if he has any advice? She was suspicious at this time. Is this the Great Elder's instruction? Thinking of this, Yi Kuei smiled. Let's just consider this a regular visit today. Let's go, Tian Shui. It's time to go back and practice. Seeing her yielding, Tian Shui was puzzled. Master. But what responded to him was Yi Kuei's threatening gaze. Helpless, Tian Shui bowed his head. But in his heart he cursed. Xia Yun, it must be you. I will never forgive you. Just wait. Scene transitions to the sect leader's hall. Yi Kuei is performing a salute. Great Elder. I have arrived. Feng Ren sarcastically said from above. Little queer, you might as well change your name to Kuei Xinyan later. Hearing Feng Ren's probing, Yi Kuei still pretended to be naive. Did I do something wrong? Feng Ren stood up abruptly at this time, and slowly approached Yi Kuei. If you have witnessed the sect leader and Xia Yun's private affairs, then you should know that the child is trustworthy. Saying this, a smile appeared on the corner of her mouth. Why haven't you released him yet? Do you want to go against the sect leader's wishes? Yi Kuei was still unwilling to give up. But my disciple, Ding Ning. But that still didn't sway Feng Ren. She is a spy planted by the Tai Shu Zhao, has been a mole for many years, and you didn't even know. This shocking information made Yi Kuei shake. How is that possible? Feng Ren continued. The sect leader and I personally investigated this matter. The evidence is conclusive. You don't need to ask any more questions. Go back and rectify the Huangxi Pavilion. Don't let the sect leader worry. Yi Kuei clearly yielded. She's still wondering. Isn't the cult master's cultivation art supposed to require virginity? Feng Ren answers. Since you already know, you should know how to act in the future. Finally, Feng Ren concludes. Zhao Quer, the cult master likes obedient women. Don't forget that. Yu Bag urges. Are all the things packed? Xia Yun replies. Packed? Right, master. Are we just being released like this? He teases. What's wrong? Addicted to being in jail? He denies. Absolutely not. I have so many questions. Like, who exactly is the demonic woman who sees me as a cauldron? And why can she freely enter and exit the mirror platform? Yuba sighs and says, this is a demon sect. It's only natural to have some weirdos. Xia Yun thinks to himself, you're awfully free, aren't you? Xia Yan comes over and calls out, Master, Xia Yun Ge, I'm done packing. When are we leaving? He immediately replies, we're leaving as soon as we finish eating. He curiously turns to ask, what are we buying this time that even requires Master to go out in person? Yuba Cap acts mysterious. Of course, it's a big deal, a crucial matter. But he doesn't say it. Would I really tell you that we're about to go to the #1 immortal sect of the righteous path to challenge them? Xia Yun calculates. So who's paying for the business trip? Yuba takes out a wad of cash and guarantees. The Grand Elder has given us plenty of money, just spend it freely. His eyes light up. I've decided. From today on, I'll love the Grand Elder. Xia Yan immediately notices this sentence. Love? She couldn't suppress her anger and crushed the wooden doorframe next to her. Xia Yan quickly stood in front of the doorframe. Xia Yun was surprised after hearing that. What was that sound? Yuba tries to smooth things over. It's probably the chickens outside causing a ruckus. He, on the contrary, heard it very clearly. It wasn't the sound of chickens. Afterwards, Xia Yun didn't bother to care and left. It's nothing. He secretly sighed in relief, sweating like a pig. Even Xia Yan felt like she escaped a disaster. Until dusk, when twilight covered the streets, she walked behind him and glared at Yu Bai. Don't you dare tell me that I have to weather the elements, and don't let me discover that Xia Yun's stinginess is because of Hao Yu Bai. He next to him asks curiously, Master, where are we staying tonight? So he decided to go big. When going out for work, of course, we stay in a luxurious place and eat delicious food. Xia Yan was satisfied when she heard that. Very good, very good, very good. I'm relieved now. Yuba leads the way. Let's go. Into the shop to spend money. Xia Yun responds from behind. I still want to go out with Master next time. Inside the luxurious hotel, the space became quiet. He returned to his room, closed the door tightly, then comfortably rested on the chair after eating and drinking his fill, and slept soundly. Xia Yan returned to her room. She almost threw up. Feng Ren immediately appears. Cultmaster, I'm here. She asks caringly, what's wrong? While Xia Yan was shocked. Where did you come from? Feng Ren reports. This subordinate has been secretly following all the way to protect the cultmaster's safety. Cultmaster? You wouldn't be, she interrupts. Wouldn't be what? Don't speak in interrupted sentences, she boldly says. You wouldn't happen to have good news already, Xia Yun explains. It's the poison acting up. Second stage, what good news? If Xia Yun wants to give me good news, he still has to work very hard. Just then, movement came from his room. She immediately recognized it was Xia Yun. It's probably because I felt nauseous and tired just now, which disturbed the GU worm that I implanted in his body, causing it to become unstable. I'll go check it out. Shu Ren stopped her. If that GU insect acts up, the person will lose their mind. What if he forces himself on you, I remind you? Quickly cleanse that dark thought in your head. Right, immediately return to the sect to guard it, and also spread the word that Chungming Po has been taken out of the 9 Nether Demon Palace. She obediently obeyed. Understood, sect leader. You must be careful, Xia Yan complained about Zhu Ren leaving through the window. Seriously, there's a door, you know. She sighed inwardly. What on earth was I thinking back then when I picked up this silly goose, Shu Ren? Yuba peeked in from the next room and called out. Sect leader? I hear my disciple screaming in pain, Xia Yan replied. Not your business. Go to sleep. The door immediately closed. Okay, good night. She gently knocked on his door. Xia Yun. What's wrong? I'm here to see how you are. Xia Yun stopped her. Don't come in. Get out of here. Xia Yan closed the door, her face unusually flushed. He was struggling to hold on. I can't control it anymore. She asked Xia Yun with concern. What's wrong? He fearfully wanted to avoid her. You get out of here. I don't feel right at all right now. Seeing Xia Yan approaching, Xia Yun began to lose control. Don't come any closer. She stopped immediately, keeping her distance from it. Xia Yun hugged the pillar in agony. Xiao Wushan, I don't mind telling you, a demon woman planted a GU insect in me. Now that GU insect is writhing restlessly inside my body, He struggled to say each word. I now really want, Xia Yan said embarrassedly. You once saved me. I can actually repay you with my body. In her heart she secretly cursed. You little brat, let's see if you're the kind of guy who dares to misbehave, or someone with enough reason to control your desires. Xia Yun endured until his eyes were full of tears. I only see you as a younger sister, don't talk nonsense. Moreover, my first time was taken by that demon woman. I am her person for life. You get out of here, wait for the GU insect to calm down, and I will return to normal. These words just so happened to be exactly what she wanted. Xia Yan thought to herself. What do you mean you are my person? You're crowning yourself, aren't you? Xia Yun clung to the pillar with effort. Damn, demon woman, making me feel like a monk. Next time I see you, I'll definitely make you cry so hard you can't say a word under my body. She secretly channeled her energy from behind. The GU insect was affected, it contracted its body. Unable to squirm anymore, he suddenly felt all the discomfort had disappeared. Xia Yun jumped off the bed, seemingly in disbelief. His attitude was very doubtful. The GU insect is suddenly quiet, Xia Yan probed. So, you don't want to anymore. Xia Yun was embarrassed. You're a girl. Don't always have those words hanging from your lips, she continued. Wasn't that what you just said? He glossed over the matter. I almost lost my mind just now. I was just talking nonsense. All right. It's not good for your reputation for a single man and a single woman to be in the same room. You still have to get married later. You have to pay attention to this matter. In a few years, your brother will find you a good husband. Xia Yan was annoyed after listening. Still want to marry this old lady off to someone else. She turned up her collar, showing extreme dissatisfaction. Then without looking at Xia Yun, she snorted coldly and turned away. He wondered curiously, why is she suddenly angry? Xia Yan returned to her room in frustration. Flinging the door open, the door slammed shut, followed by loud noises that conveyed her annoyance. Xia Yan buried herself in the soft mattress and cursed. Damn it, that stinky brat. Even if he didn't recognize me, he shouldn't have said he wanted to marry me off to someone else. And just now, she thought to herself. So embarrassing. Suddenly, strange, viscous fluids appeared on Xia Yan's fingers. She wondered. The second stage of intoxicated spring wind is this potent. First, it makes people vomit and weaken. Then, it uses desire to invade the body, making it difficult to control oneself. Xia Yan's eyes gradually revealed a dazed and unfocused look. She reverted to Xia Yan's true self, really thinking that if that kid was by her side right now, she seemed to be able to see through the barrier and see Xia Yun on the other side. Unable to bear it any longer, Xia Yan gradually moved her hand down to take care of herself. However, she was still not satisfied, her hand clutching tightly at the blanket on the bed. Xia Yan curled up and thought to herself. It hurts too much inside. No, I can't withstand it by myself. Even if it means risking exposing my identity, I have to go over there and try to endure it, otherwise my cultivation will only be depleted. She made a decision for herself, got out of bed, and went to find Xia Yun. She flung his room door open, then gently closed it in an instant. Xia Yan approached him, and gently called out, Xia Yun. He was stunned to see her. You actually followed me down the mountain. The next day, they left the inn, and continued their journey. All three were silent on the road, each with their own concerns. Xia Yun thought to himself, I got another fragment last night. Right now, interacting with her has the highest probability of getting fragments. This time I can come out. Maybe there will be new fragments soon. What's even more miraculous is that after it's over, I also got more than 10,000 spiritual energy pearls. Jackpot, Wu Ba whispered. Cult leader. Last night you too, was it? She said in a cold voice. What do you think? He continued. The 9 nether soul-devouring scripture that you cultivate shouldn't allow such things, right? Xia Yun replied. If I suppress it, it will only leak away faster. I have to quickly find an antidote. My cultivation method is already damaged and irreversible. I can only try to compensate. I don't only cultivate this one path. Don't worry too much. Wu Ba clasped his hands in admiration, as expected of the cult leader. Xia Yun, seeing the two of them acting ambiguously in the back, misunderstood. Holy crap, this old geezer wants to hit on Xia Wushan. Where's your face? So he rushed over and pushed him away, making an excuse. Master, quickly look at what this section is talking about. I'm trying to learn a few moves, but I don't feel anything. Wu Ba reminded. Don't read books while walking. Be careful of ruining your eyes, Xia Yun replied. I'm engrossed in studying. Aren't you happy? When I become famous and shake the world, it will spread that it was you who taught me. Xia Yun, walking ahead, reminded. Xia Yun bro, be careful of becoming a martial arts fanatic. Those kinds of people are so boring. He wondered in confusion. Is she still angry? What is she even angry about? Wu Ba noticed the book in Xia Yun's hand. Did the Grand Elder give you this? You're not suitable for practicing this fist technique right now. Change to the red cover one? He suddenly realized. No wonder. That's right. I didn't buy anything at the town yesterday either, master. Where are we going to buy stuff? He replied. Tianzhao, he worried. Tianzhu how? That place is full of righteous sects, like Song Mountain, filled with martial arts schools. If people from our demonic sect go there, will we even be able to return? Wu Ba confirmed. That's right, it's full of righteous sects. What's wrong? What's wrong, you ask? Are we mortal enemies? Xia Yun quickly replied. He repeated. What? Irreconcilable? We're the demonic cult? What's the difference? Wu Ba denied. There's a big difference. You're a clueless kid. After transmigrating to this world, you haven't left the demonic cult for more than 10 lie. He blurted out. I don't know what kind of setup this is. No one told me. Xia Yun revealed. The 9 nether demonic palace belongs to the demonic cult, not some evil cult. The orthodox sects and the demonic cult are like Taoism and Buddhism. Each side has its own cultivation methods and rules. Different doesn't mean opposite. Everyone on the mainland knows that. Xia Yun was even more confused after listening. I'm even more lost. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Is the stuff we're cooking up only available in Tianzhu? Wu Ba patted his shoulder and said, Good disciple, that stuff is indeed only available in Tianzhou, he thought to himself. Poor kid, you're just a decorative piece the cult leader uses for occasional pleasure, he instructed. At the relay station, we'll change carriages. We'll reach Tianzhu in 10 days. Let's hurry on our way. The three leisurely traveled through forests and streams, heading towards Tianzhu. Along the way, Xia Yun had to endure Wu Ba's scrutiny. He observed the two cultivating from a distance. When Xia Yun bathed in the lake, the two sat far away, keeping watch. In the evening, they lit a fire and had dinner together. 10 days later, Tianzhu's main city, Tianluo City, they finally arrived. He stared, unable to take his eyes off the city. Xia Yun was like a country bumpkin in the city. A Tier 1 city is truly different. He thought to himself, I need to write a killer resume and apply to the 9 Heavens Immortal sect, a major orthodox sect. This will be my ticket to a better life. Xia Yun saw Xia Yun's expression from behind, and immediately guessed. This kid is still dreaming about joining the orthodox sects. Well, I have your weakness in my grasp. You killed Ding Ning. There's no turning back for you now. Serving me well is the only true escape from hardship. He asked, Han, we're in Tianluo City now. What exactly do we need to buy? Wu Ba feigned ignorance. That's right, what are we buying? Xia Yun frowned. Master, why are you asking little Wu Shan? She transmitted her voice. Brat, you dare make fun of me. Hurry up and tell me a lie. Wu Ba forced a smile. All right, just trying to liven up the atmosphere, he revealed. What we need to buy is at the 9 Heavens Immortal sect. He panicked. So soon? Xia Yun frowned from behind. So soon what? Xia Yun concealed. Nothing, I'll whisper to you later, he told himself. Even when going to the orthodox sect, I have to bring little Wu Shan along. I have a big brother's responsibility to her. They started heading towards the 9 Heavens Immortal sect. In the distance, someone was secretly watching them. Is it Tian Shui with the grudge from that day? Xia Yun, you will die in Tianluo City. No one will suspect me. Wu Ba led them to a house. He took out the key and unlocked the gate. The house gate opened to Xia Yun's bewilderment. Everything inside was still clean and well maintained. Xia Yun was surprised. I thought you sold this place already. It seems you still can't move on. Wu Ba replied. Cult leader, I moved on long ago, she teased. Mr. Cold-Hearted claims to be cold-hearted, yet I never saw it. Xia Yun turned around and observed the two gossiping, seeing them chatting so happily. A warning bell rang in Xu Feng's head. Could this old geezer be having dangerous thoughts? Seriously dangerous. Yuba finally noticed Xia Yun's unusual behavior and walked over to ask, "What's wrong, my good disciple?" Xu Feng pointed to a room. "Master, can I stay in this one?"
Yuba scratched his head, thinking for a moment. Xia Yun thought to himself, I have to keep an eye on this old guy during this time, in case he really does something outrageous and takes advantage of a minor. I have a responsibility to Xiao Wushan.
Xia Yan pointed to a room. "Then can I choose this one?" Yuba didn't care anymore. "There are plenty of rooms. Choose whatever you want. I'm going back to my room to clean up first. I bet it's collected a ton of dust." Yuba hid behind the outside wall, eavesdropping.
Xia Yan reached out and touched the door, preparing to push it open.
Xu Feng called out from behind, "Xiao Wushan, I have something to ask you." Xia Yun said awkwardly. "Is it that Shifu to you?" Xu Feng couldn't get the words out. "That, to you?" Xia Yan frowned and asked, "How is he to me?" Xia Yun had to say it. "Has indecent thoughts towards you. If he does, you must tell me. I'll protect you. Even though he's my master, I can't stand by and watch you be taken advantage of." Xia Yan started to feel like something was off. Taken advantage of?
Xu Feng patted his chest and assured her,
"That doesn't matter. Anyway, as long as I'm here, don't be afraid. I'll definitely find a good husband for you, so you can have a grand wedding." Xia Yun even took out a small bag. "I've saved some money." Xia Yan's eyebrows furrowed together when she heard these words. She slammed the door shut in annoyance for a moment.
Xu Feng was confused. Why is she angry? Yuba criticized from outside. You stinky brat, your EQ is off the charts. But judging by the sect leader's reaction, could she really have taken a fancy to this kid?
What is this called? An old cow grazing on young grass. An iron tree blooming flowers. Impossible. Impossible.
Although the sect leader hasn't cultivated the Tao of emotionlessness, her heart is still ruthless enough.
Yuba's whole body suddenly stiffened when he sensed a murderous aura behind him. He panicked. Sect leader, you, didn't you go back to your room?" Xia Yan reminded. "You can mutter a little louder so I can hear you clearly."
Yuba cried out in pain as his ear was pinched.
"You're bringing up old stories. Yuba, back then, I should have let you die outside. How old were you then? 5 or 6 years old? Tender kid meat. Stray dogs would definitely love to eat. I took you back, gave you food and drink, taught you martial arts, and raised you to the point where you know how to talk about me behind my back."
Dragged into the room, he begged, "Sect leader, I really know my mistake. I definitely won't say anything again," Xia Yan ordered. "Shut your mouth."
"If you dare make a sound while I'm hitting you, try taking off your pants and eating maggots," he exclaimed miserably. "Shifu, how old am I?" Xia Yan replied. "That's right, I forgot you're grown up. In that case, dance for me, and you can stop when I laugh." On Xu Feng's side, he was sitting and cultivating. Streams of true Qia emitting from all over the room. After finishing, Xu Feng took out the blanket and prepared to go to sleep. Lying down on the bed, Xu Feng muttered, "I always feel like Tianluo City will have a lot of spirit energy pearls to collect, and you'll run into a lot of fortuitous encounters. I'll rest for a while before taking a stroll. It's been so long since I transmigrated, and I still haven't left the territory of the 9 nether demonic sect." Just at this moment, someone stealthily appeared on the roof of his room. Qing Chuan quietly removed a roof tile from above. He thought to himself, "Xia Yun, you're so dead." Then he blew a puff of air inside. Qing Chuan mused, "This is the ecstasy powder of our heavenly water pavilion. You'll be poisoned and lose control. The ecstasy powder is super fast acting, leaves no trace, and if you don't have somewhere to vent, you'll explode in less than an incense stick's time. Ding ning shimei. I'm getting revenge for you." Xia Yun was relaxing in his room when suddenly he smelled a strange fragrance. The GU worm inside Xia Yun also noticed, and he sat up abruptly. "What's that smell? It's so good." Qing Chuan stood on the roof. There's movement, it must be starting." But when he looked down, he was surprised. That's not the reaction I was expecting.
Seeing Xia Yun's excited look, Qing Chuan wondered, what's he doing?
Xia Yun was overjoyed. How strange, why is there so much spiritual energy suddenly? System update. Received 1 point of spiritual energy. Congratulations, young Master Yun, you've received another piece of serendipity. Level 60. Announcement. 1615 copper mystic stones. Rate of 100 copper mystic stones equals 1 silver mystic stone. Remaining points 50, 515,000. Looking at talent 1, life, talent 2, corpse explosion, talent 3, omniscience. Serendipity fragment progress 1/5. Xia Yun was curious. Why did serendipity activate out of nowhere? I was just lying down doing nothing. First, the GU worm awakened. Then I smelled the fragrance, and then a ton of spiritual energy suddenly appeared from nowhere.
He suddenly looked up at the ceiling.
Could it be? Qing Chuan, pale with fright, closes the roof. He quickly left, afraid of being exposed. Xia Yun immediately sensed it.
Something's up. Qing Chuan landed on the ground, in a safer place. He cursed inwardly, annoyed. Damn it, how could this be? He didn't have any reaction to the ecstasy powder. Suddenly, an aura rushed in from behind. Qing Chuang immediately turned around, pointing his sword threateningly. Who's there? Bai Chen smiled and gently brushed the sword aside with his fan. Qing Chuan Shiti. It's me. Qing Chuan was surprised. Bai Chen Shixong. It's you. I didn't expect you to also come to Heavenly Joy City, Bai Chen replied. It's not just you who misses Ding Ning. I saw you leave the sect and was afraid you'd act rashly, so I followed you the whole way, Qing Chuan continued. Thank you for your concern, Shixong. Bai Chen asked. Shidi, you just went to Xia Yun's place, how was it? Qing Chuan reported. I originally planned to use the ecstasy powder to silently kill him, but that kid is a bit strange, he wasn't affected at all. Unless he's practicing our Joyful Union sect's cultivation technique, otherwise there's no way he could resist the effects of the ecstasy powder, Bai Chen keenly pointed out. I've noticed that Shifu is particularly fond of that cook Hao Yuhaba. I suspect he has a different background. If we secretly take action, it might raise suspicion instead, Qing Chuan asked. Does Shixong have a plan? Bai Chen thought that they didn't have any plans at the moment. Observe for a few more days, know yourself and know your enemy, and you will never be defeated. Killing him secretly might not be the best way. My opinion is to make a big scene. Qing Chuan immediately agreed. Shidi will follow Shixong's lead. A calculating look appeared on Bai Chen's face. Bai Chen smiled charmingly and tempted Qing Chuan. Now that we've left the demonic sect, don't neglect your cultivation. There's a famous brothel up ahead. What do you say? Wanna go? On Xia Yun's side, he began to leave his room. Shifu, I have some questions. Wu Ba peeked out and asked. What's the matter? What's wrong? Xia Yun noticed the red mark on his face. Master, your face, he replied. What about my face? Just got some dirt on it while cleaning, Xia Yun suspiciously thought. Could it really end up like this? In his heart, Wu Ba sighed. It's all because of the sect leader. His tastes are sometimes too unique. He pulled his hand and left. Master, I feel like there's something wrong with my room. Come with me. Leading him into the room, Xia Yun recounted. A moment ago, there was suddenly a particularly pleasant scent, but now I can't smell it anymore. You're more sensitive to scents, can you tell? He tried to smell but couldn't detect anything. Xia Yan peeked in from behind, gossiping in her mind. Of course, the scent of joyful powder is still there. Shouldn't have picked up little queer back then either. Can't even manage his disciples. Wu Ba received the message. The sect leader's meaning was that Xia Yun had indeed smelled the scent. But who was this fearless brat? He spoke up. Xia Yun. Anyway, there isn't much to do these days. If you're free today, go take a stroll through the market, he thought to himself. First, throw out some bait. See which fish will bite, he wondered. Then what about the scent? Wu Ba promised. I will investigate thoroughly, don't worry, your teacher is here. Only then was Xia Yun satisfied. It just so happens that I was planning to go out for a stroll, so I'll leave everything to you, master. With you here, I can truly rest assured. Xia Yun strolled around the place. The scale of the market looked similar to the 9 underworld demon palace at the foot of the mountain, but it was indeed more lively. After all, it was a big city. The surroundings were extremely noisy and bustling. He curiously joined the crowd on the side of the road. What are they selling? Why is it so lively? Someone saw Xia Yun cutting in line and became very annoyed. Countless items were on display at the roadside stalls, selling all sorts of things, every kind of god and Buddha. Someone then asked, how much is this wooden Guanyin statue? Wen Ping quoted the price, 50 profound stones. Are you closing the deal today? Alright, wrap it up for me. Oh right, has it been consecrated? He replied. The magical artifacts we sell have all been consecrated by the Grand Master of the Buddha Light Temple. If you don't believe it, just go verify it. The person was satisfied. Only 50 profound stones isn't much. Xia Yun was shocked after hearing this. Just this thing costs 50 stones. Are you guys from Tianluo sect so rich? He activated the know-it-all function. Hey system. Tell me which item on this stall is the most expensive and easiest to sell. The notification displayed. Dad, the lucky charm is the easiest item to sell. The method of making it is blood of 5 kinds of animals, yellow paper, calligraphy brush, and blessings. From young master He Yun. Use of the lucky charm. Pasting it on the head of the bed can increase luck value. Xia Yun dejectedly thought to himself. Feels like I'm getting taxed on my IQ. The system updated, found the lucky charm. Selling price 200 profound stones. His eyes lit up. I definitely have to earn this IQ tax. When night fell, he returned to his residence, carrying a pile of things back. Xia Yun called out to his master, Little Wu Mountain. I'm back. Xia Yan curiously asked. Xia Yun. What did you buy? She peeked down to look at the things he had just bought. Blood. Are we eating spicy blood stew tonight? What's the yellow paper for? Xia Yun denied. Not for eating. I'm planning to draw some talismans to sell. Wu Ba behind him was curious. You know about talismans? He replied. I learned a little. When I went to the market today, I found this stuff is ridiculously expensive, but still, quite a few people are buying it.
I don't know what the people of Tianluo City are thinking.
The two of them looked at him suspiciously as he drew the talisman. When the brush touched the bowl of blood on the table, each stroke on the yellow talisman looked extremely professional. Xia Yun was surprised. What's going on? It's glowing again. Are those little tricks I learned from the know-it-all really that awesome? My gut tells me I'm gonna make a killing. Xia Yun, annoyed, secretly exchanged glances with Wu Ba. She closed her eyes, unable to bear to watch this scene.
Xia Yun thought to herself, "Little brat, are you that short on cash? Next time you see my true form, just come and ask directly. I wouldn't not give it to you. It's better to obediently be my furnace than working your butt off selling stuff." Wu Ba explained, "I've never let him go hungry or suffer. Why is he in such a hurry to make money?" Xia Yun knew. He wants to save up money and run off to join the righteous sects. The old man was shocked. This kid grew up in the demonic sect. How could he come up with such twisted ideas? She recounted. Who knows? He's thinking about marrying me off while also wanting to join the righteous sects. Seems like he hasn't been taught enough. If I were to transform back into my true form now, I'd be looking forward to Drunken Spring Breeze taking effect. Xia Yun left irritably. I'm tired, master. Good night. I'm going to bed. Wu Ba hesitated and asked. So, we're not playing this game anymore, she declined. Let's play again tomorrow. Xia Yun returned to her room and closed the door, leaving him alone to watch Xia Yun drawing talismans excitedly. He spoke up. Xia Yun, I'm going back to my room too. He casually replied. Yes, good night, master. Wu Ba secretly scolded him for being foolish. He only knows how to look at money. The sect leader has a lot of money, just ask her, she will definitely give it to you. Xia Yun looked at the newly drawn talismans with joy. I'm gonna get rich. The next day, he set up his stall early with an eager look. Next to the stall was a sign. Lucky talisman, 200 Shuan stones each. He secretly calculated in his heart. You can't spread too much at the start, it will devalue the price. You have to know how to use marketing tricks to create a sense of scarcity. Just then, the first customer passed by, thinking suspiciously, Lucky talisman. The kid next to him exclaimed, Mommy, can you see that talisman glowing? The mother rubbed her eyes and tried to look again. She really had to admit it was glowing. The mother then asked, Mister, has this talisman of yours been blessed? Xia Yun lied, without batting an eye, and confirmed, yes, these talismans were taken from the abbot of Fa Tian Temple in Yinchuan Prefecture. She understood. So that's it. Then quickly took out the money. Then I'll buy one and see. In the distance, seeing the actions of the merchant, Xia Yun, someone whispered, This Xia Yun is really a blatant liar. He has clearly never been to Yinchuan Prefecture, but he just makes things up randomly. His face doesn't even turn red. Tian Shui said with disdain, This guy is really hateful. His mouth is full of lies. His existence only adds to the troubles of the 9Yu demonic palace. Bai Chen suddenly came up with a plan. Tian Shui, I have a great idea. He said a philosophical sentence. If you want someone to perish, you must first make them go crazy, he replied. I understand. Senior brother, let him pretend to cheat here. The more he cheats, the better. Bai Chen confidently thought that his junior brother was smart and understood with just a hint. In a few days, we'll add fuel to the fire, and it will definitely be effective. Tian Shui echoed. Borrowing a knife to kill someone. A few days later, the two of them looked at each other with a knowing look, then laughed in the middle of the road about their evil plan. A few days later, Xia Yun was collecting his last silver coins. He thought to himself, if I can stay in Tianluo City, I'll be rich sooner or later. It was time for Xia Yun to pack up his stall. He threw the money bag into the cart when an old woman ran up from behind, shouting, Don't go! The old woman grabbed him. Refusing to let go, Xia Yun panicked. Granny, what are you doing? She yelled. This guy wants to ruin my family. Everyone look, this is a jinx. He was even more bewildered. Granny, are you sure you've got the right person? I don't even know you, she accused. It's that talisman you sold me that's playing tricks. A good luck talisman, my foot. It's clearly cursed and definitely been tainted by an evil god. The mother who bought the talisman the other day also ran over, looking distraught and grief-stricken, mumbling, A murder has happened. You killed my son. Xia Yun had a bad feeling. What? He was immediately surrounded. The people around whispered, all blaming Xia Yun. Ever since we bought your talismans, my son has refused to eat and drink, and eventually starved to death. Give my son back, he explained. Madam, I really don't know what's going on. My talismans can't harm people. At the same time, the Tianshui group was sitting and eating in a restaurant next door. Gleefully watching his predicament, he said, So many people, so many minds, 100 mouths can't be argued with. Awesome. Bai Chen said with a smile, Now that someone has actually died, let's see how he gets out of this. Tianshui flattered. Senior brother is brilliant. I'm impressed. Below, Xia Yun insisted that the talismans he made were absolutely harmless. He told himself to remain calm in this situation, and it wasn't hard for him to guess that someone was definitely trying to frame him. Who could it be? Yunba, in the distance, already knew about this and said, I'll go take a look. Xia Yan stopped him. Don't rush. Let's see how he handles it first. This will be resolved eventually anyway, so consider it a form of training. Hone his temperament. Yubao accepted the order. Yes, sect master. She was secretly pleased to see his troubled appearance, and he quickly calmed down. Not bad. Xia Yun began to salvage the situation, asking, "Oh, madam, if there's a problem with my talismans, I'm willing to take full responsibility, even if it means paying with my life, but I believe they only bring good luck, and definitely don't harm people." The mother didn't believe him. "My son is already dead. No matter how sweet you talk, it's all just self-preservation." He continued, "Then let's go report this to the authorities and let the government investigate. I'm also very saddened that your son is gone, but I definitely didn't do this," he thought to himself. "If someone wants to target me and use the lives of others to threaten me, I will never forgive them." Xia Yun turned to ask, "Old madam, what happened to your family member? Can you take me to see? Then the authorities can escort me to see. Would that put your mind at ease?" Tian Shui was frightened when he saw this. "Senior brother, what's wrong?" Bai Chen realized that this Xia Yun was too calm, and in his heart he affirmed, "I'm increasingly convinced that the Chengming legacy is related to this person. It might really be on him." The news spread suddenly. It can't just be a coincidence. What exactly is his background? The old woman and the mother looked at each other, secretly exchanging glances. Xia Yun sighed and prepared to make a decision. He asked the gawking crowd for help. "Excuse me, can someone report this to the authorities for me?" Xia Yan asked him. "You went to the Juxiao Immortal Sect this morning. How was it? Did you see Yu Haxiang?" he reported. "Sect leader Yu has left Tianzhao and won't be back until next month," she replied. "I just arrived, and she's already gone. What a coincidence." "Alright, then we'll stay in Tianluo City for the time being," Yubao wondered. "Then how should we handle Xia Yun's situation?" She smiled and said. He said it himself. Report to the authorities. He still didn't understand. What does reporting to the authorities in Tianluo City mean? People know that. Xia Yan revealed a dangerous aura, saying, "It means they'll arrest everyone first." "What does it matter? Didn't you see how he's acting like the truth will set him free?" "What a naive kid." Yubaka's face flushed slightly, implying, knowing full well that he's a kid. "And you're still taking action?" The prison guard led them to visit him in the prison. He knocked on the bars and called out, "Xia Yun, your family is here to see you. You'll be judged this afternoon, so know what's in your heart." He was bored sitting in his cell. When he saw them arrive, Xia Yun was overjoyed. "Master, little Wu Shan," Wu Ba sat down and asked, "My good disciple, how did you become so prosperous that you ended up in jail?" He was a little embarrassed. "Master, don't laugh at me. There's a high chance I've been framed," he continued. "Do you need me to give you a hint?" he happily asked. "Do you have any leads?" Wu Ba revealed. "A few days ago, you said there was a strange smell in your room, your teacher." He turned to look at Xia Yan to see her reaction, then continued, "That smell must be the joyful powder from the joyful brothel. Logically, after inhaling it, if you don't relieve yourself within the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, you'll explode and die. Maybe that vixen did something to you to help you avoid a disaster." He understood. "It must be that vixen who neutralized the poison in my body. Next time I see her, I'll have to repay her twice as much," Wu Ba asked. "You'll be judged this afternoon. Can you handle it?" Xia Yun reported. "I'll see how it goes. I can still hold on for now. If things don't look good, master, don't abandon me," he assured. "Don't worry, we're watching outside. Only I know, I wouldn't dare abandon you. The sect leader might break my legs." He flattered, touched. "Master, you treat me perfectly." After the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, Xia Yun was escorted to the court for trial. That lord stepped forward and asked him, "Which side do you want to investigate first?" Xia Yun had already made his choice. "Check the child first." He went over and whispered to the mother. When he was done, the lord raised his hand and called out, "Bring it here." The child's body was brought up. Faced with this action, he was filled with indignation. "To frame me, they actually used the child as a pawn. Unforgivable." Wan Xintong investigated the cause of the child's illness and the coma of the family across the street. Xia Yun received the autopsy results. The child was young. A silver needle was inserted into his brain, causing loss of appetite, eventually leading to death from malnutrition. The others suffered from a similar cause. But their physique is strong, so they are still alive for now. Quickly remove the silver needles. He raised his hand. "My lord, I have a discovery," the lord ordered dubiously. "Speak." He pointed to a spot. "Look, it seems there's a foreign object on the child's head." The lord was surprised. "What?" He quickly ordered, "Someone, go and invite the coroner." The coroner was present in the court. He carefully studied that spot, and after picking it out, it was a very small silver needle. The lord was shocked. A silver needle. The mother next to him turned pale. "What is this?" Xia Yun already knew the culprit. The joyful brothel is best at using silver needles to disturb acupoints, control people, and change their appetite and lust. Master said the fragrance was the memory loss powder. This silver needle is also likely from the joyful brothel. Sure enough, someone wants to drive me to my death. Could it still be because of Ding Ning's matter? Having personal grudges against me, yet implicating innocent people, he spoke up. My lord, the family in a house across the street is likely also hit by needles. Please quickly invite a doctor and a coroner to consult. At this time, outside the court, Wu Ba and Xia Yan were still waiting for Xia Yun. She ordered, go investigate which brainless idiot did this. Also, write a letter to Kui telling her to stop causing me trouble. Does she think I don't have enough trouble already? He immediately obeyed. Yes, sect leader. Xia Yan felt a throbbing headache. Here we go again, Wu Ba asked suspiciously. It's drunken spring breeze. She already bounced. You investigate the case. I'll recover. See ya later. He continued to blush, speculating. Sect leader doesn't seem like the type to chill in jail. Deep down, she's got this itch like she wants to observe and learn. The official spoke up. You're quick to spot such a discreet move, Xia Yun replied. It's understandable that you still doubt me. I know a thing or two about medicine, can ID hundreds of herbs, so it's easier for me to spot this stuff than the average Joe. If you don't believe me, check the market. I've been selling my wares these past few days. Always under someone's eye. I haven't had time to commit the crime. And all I want to do is make money. Why would I screw over my customers, destroy my own rice bowl, and jump into a fire pit with no hope of return? It's contradictory. Doesn't make sense. He pondered before these reasonable analyses. The official suggested, before the case is closed, we still need to detain you. Any objections? You agree? No. Everything is up to you. Xia Yun was thrown back in jail. In prison, he secretly thought. Enjoy Pavilion. The dude who hates me the most right now is probably that Tian Shui Shixiong. Could he have followed me to Tianluo City? Talk about having too much free time. Why do I feel a chill down my spine? Wait, there's also heat. He looked warily at the corner of the cell. Holy crap, what the hell is that? Xia Yan commanded Xia Yun. Get over here. He was scared out of his wits, blurting out, no way, she said coldly. Are you coming? Or do I have to make the first move? Xia Yun couldn't believe it. You just come and go as you please. Xia Yan is out of it? Cause of illness? Too much talking? Being pulled closer, he begged. This isn't the place. I'm already a criminal. Do you want me to be charged with more crimes? She went quiet for a second after hearing this, then said, I really feel unwell. I've been poisoned. Once I'm detoxed, I definitely won't bother you anymore. Xia Yun blushed, cursing inwardly. This damn succubus, she looks so pitiful it actually tugs at my heartstrings. He negotiated. This isn't the place to solve everything. I'll use my hands to deal with the emergency first, and then I'll make it up to you when I get out. Deal. Xia Yun felt a bit depressed. Why does it feel like I'm taking out a loan? Xia Yan ordered. Stop talking nonsense, just hurry up and do what you gotta do. I've been waiting for you for so long my whole body aches. He resigned himself to fate. You really treat me like a tool. Exactly like a stud horse. Xia Yun's hand slowly approached between her legs. Xia Yan was so refreshed that her face flushed, closing her eyes to enjoy. He skillfully groped around. She tried hard to hold back from moaning. The speed of Xia Yun's hand increased, making Xia Yan unable to bear it. That she screamed out, Shut her up. Don't scream like that. There are prisoners and guards next door, she thought to herself, aggrieved. How can I hold back when it's so sudden? After regaining her senses, Xia Yan asked. What do you want to do? He replied. Thinking about something. He secretly called the omniscient system. Help me find the most sensitive spot to soothe the Zui Chunfeng poison on you, Xia Yan. The system advised. According to research, pressing and rubbing the philtrum can provide temporary relief. Xia Yun felt a little regretful. I don't have any oil on hand, otherwise I would give you a proper massage. Xia Yan scolded. Massage. Right now, what I need is the technique to soothe the Zui Chunfeng. He took the lead. Just shut up. She waited in anticipation, mouth covered. What on earth does he want to do? Being flipped over, she complained. Didn't he say he'd use his hands? Men's words are a scam, Xia Yun reminded. You have to endure it. He focused on the massage motions on his hands. Xia Yun's hand soothed her back. Xia Yan dared to believe, until now, that he was really giving a massage. The warden on patrol noticed what sounded like a woman's voice. The warden's footsteps paused for a moment. That's it for today's chapter. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to motivate us to create new videos. You can also support me by streaming or donating via the information below in the description. Now goodbye and see you all next time. And remember to subscribe.